But Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. His dreams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, this surely turned into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge toward, because his code can't be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. Snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if battery fun is shy or can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and awareness in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Janet here and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Monday the 15th of May 2023. I do hope you're all doing well and you're enjoying the start of the week so far. Now, as the title at the top of this page will say, Phil Burnell has spent over $2.7 thousand on WWE Champions within the space of a week. We know this because TJ Gamebox tracks all that spending. By the way, I have not got a new microphone. It's the same old microphone as before. The only thing that's different is that I had a lot of drink between the, last week and now, and my throat is a little bit fucked. This is still the same microphone. I'm using I'm using the blue snowball ice microphone. I've had it now for several months. It's not a new microphone. I just sound different because my throat's a wee bit fucked right now, because I drank an abnormal amount of alcohol on Friday and I'm still recovering. I was on a stag do, remember? I went away for a stag do, flew back home Sunday, had bingo, and I'm still trying to recover, so I'm doing my best. But yeah, I thought I would start off the show by playing you a little clip here. So, in case you missed it, Stuttering Craig had an interesting live show around about the same time as what do you call it? Phil was doing his night stream and he was getting towards the end of the night stream, whatever, and Stuttering Craig felt like he had to react and respond to Phil and his bizarre claims. And it was quite an interesting show. This is today though. This little thing here, this is from a couple of hours ago, where these guys were having a normal show, but Adam here wanted to say something about Phil and the show from that Craig made last night. So I thought I'd play it for you guys, so you guys could enjoy it as well in case you've not seen it yet. And
also I was able to listen to your show last night, Craig. And hashtag monetize the haters. I gotta say, man, I have to say a little something about what was going on yesterday.
Please.
I'm 100% with you, Craig. I cannot believe the amount of arrogance that seeps off of that man and the fact that he blatantly lied. Now, we kind of knew he was a liar, and I kind of got that vibe for those who watched our interview with him. Obviously, I'm talking about DSP. Obviously, he was lying and trying to cover his tracks. But the amount of times that you and I both catered to him and were trying to make sure that he was cool, that even like if he said he wasn't comfortable with Keem coming on, Keem would never have come on. Like the way that he has distorted our interview from going like, you guys were fair, it was a great interview, thanks for having me on. That was the last time I spoke to him. It was that essence before I got off to get some food. But for him to turn around and start telling people that he was ready to give you the information and then turned around to just be like, he said he didn't care. He got what he wanted out of me, which was just to shit on me with his show. And it's like, man, you know what, DSP? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Seriously. We both should be paid therapy bills for fucking trying to help you out.
Hey,
you know, nothing's going to help that man.
And let me just say this. We are today with hashtag monetize the haters. It continues today. Let's freaking go.
Honestly, it's unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable how much that man is deluded by his own illusions of grandeur. Honestly, that I think I said it and it rings true so well. That man thinks that he is untouchable. Grandeur. Just fucking stupid. I don't know. That's not how you pronounce it, you dumbass. I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. Fuck that guy.
I have gone past the idea of fucking giving the fucks for this dude. He like last night it was literally 90 minutes of me being like, okay, yeah, this is fun. They're just slowly twisting and turning and then be like, I just don't understand it. So anyways,
I was trying to go to sleep. I couldn't stop watching. I was laying in bed. I'm like, dude, finish the video so I could go to sleep. But every fucking sentence, you were like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know. I was trying to, I couldn't say anything because I didn't want to wake my wife up. But, bro, what the fuck?
Well, look, it's up. If you guys want to go watch the video.
With you there.
I appreciate it.
So there we go. I'll leave it there. You know, I mean, they had that to fucking say. That was today. That was it. That was their little. That's all. And then also the rest of the show, they talk about the normal thing. They fucking talked about the boxing between Boogie and Wings. Obviously, the title of it is Wings, Boogie, Worst. So that was a very small introduction to their show, but it's a fucking, 90-minute show they had, which is filled with normal things. You know what I mean? Like fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like DSP didn't come up much. They also fucking talk about things about the boxing event and that shit. So fuck it. They had their say. They fucking got to have the final, and I think they'll want to have no more to fucking do it. You know what I mean? I think they've had their fill of Phil, at least for now, until Phil runs his goddamn mouth again and puts his fucking foot in it. Because Craig brought receipts. Phil made all sorts of bizarre claims about things that were partly said in emails, and Craig had the emails to prove Phil was lying through his little piggy teeth about what he fucking said in those fucking emails. So, yeah, it is what it is. Let's spin this wheel. Phil's actually about to start very soon, apparently. I don't believe it personally, but he says he's going to start soon. He's going to BRB and then get started. He's probably fucking going to cream his hands. Well, he's done his usual thing when he's pinned a message. Welcome to a fun day at DSP Gaming. Remember, there's no fun allowed. Remember to leave your drama at the door. Don't reference nonsense from outside of the stream. Be respectful to all and let's have a great time. With translation, you're not allowed to fucking talk about anything other than DSP and his stream and the things that he says. Literally bringing up anything else from outside of the stream in that environment is not permitted on DSP Gaming. Absolute insanity, I know, but that is just the way he's fucking going right now. He's fucking losing his goddamn fucking mind. And also, if you guys are curious, the vest streak lives on. We are up to 8 on the vest streak. The vest streak, sorry, and the Phil does actually get a double vest today. He'll be in double digits for the vest streak, and he might be in two minds about whether to actually fucking have a counter or not again for the fucking streak. Who fucking knows? I'm going to spin the wheel to determine today's bingo card criteria. Spin, you ugly wee bastard. Land on something good, or else. Q&A. Perfect. Absolutely friggin' perfect. Q and A. We need a number between 1 and 200. The very first number in chat I see which contains the number 7 will be the one I use for today's bingo. It needs to contain number 7. And the first number in chat I saw which contained a 7 was Matt from saying 117. So there you go. The 117th bingo card, Matt was the first one I saw, which actually had number 7 in it. So, bear with me while I scroll all the way down to the 117th bingo card, which has Q and A in it. And it's going to this one here. There we go. By the way, the centre square is streak, as in vest streak, because Phil will absolutely mention it, because he can't fucking help himself. So, the centre square today will be Phil mentioning the word streak. So today's bingo card is as follows. So we've got Phil to say tips, him having a dumb close-up, him saying on demand, him repeating the same point constantly, and him saying absolutely. Then you got Phil to say time, him mock his own chat, him being all clown mode, him being toxic and saying idiot. The third row is Phil standing up, him saying comment, streak, Q&A, and people saying. The fourth row is Phil saying excited, by the way, literally, him making a weird noise, and him saying sound good. And the fifth and final row is Phil exhibiting YouTuber jealousy, him having dead air, him saying support, him messing bit with his phone in some capacity, and finally him scratching his crappy little moustache. Fantastic stuff indeed. I'm going to save this card right now before I forget to save it. Okay, just 2 seconds, guys. By the way, I do hope people like the thumbnail. I was in two minds whether to actually make that thumbnail or not because I felt it was a bit controversial. I didn't want to piss anyone off accidentally, but it is a very famous Phil quote, to be fair. He wore the hat on the podcast, and so I could not ignore the fact that it was a good chance for a fucking thumbnail for him to wear the hat and fucking look all, you know, evil, I guess. So yeah, I couldn't help myself, you know, I just couldn't. I had to do it. It had to be done. So yeah. But I do hope nobody's offended. So I mean, it's just this, yeah. If you know, you know, of course. Obviously, people know Phil said that. You know, all detractors know Phil's infamous for saying that fucking, you know, and that playthrough in general and his fucking antics that fucking playthrough. So there you go. So there we go. And I've got a website. I've got the background remover website as well ready to go for future potential thumbnails. Got it ready to go as well. Bill's not back yet. Cool stuff. But let's focus on the board and get all set up properly. So. There are a variety of ways for us to get free spaces for today's bingo card. First of all, if Phil snorts 25 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that'll be a free space. If Phil burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that too will be a free space. If Phil gets 100 likes and blows bubbles for his dumbass audience before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that'll be a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this very bingo stream right here, and we managed to get 100 likes before we finish bingo, that too will be a free space, and not only will that earn a free space, it will also mean I'll press the bubbles animation button and we will see the animated little bubble celebration that Pixar Animations so very kindly made for our bingo streams. It is both horrifying and yet incredible. If you've seen it, you'll know. Toss Salad is asking, is the word ginormous in the word queue? He's been saying it a lot lately. I didn't want to jinx it. Really, you know what I mean? I didn't really want to jinx it, because obviously I know Wardog Leader wanted me to include, was it Wardog Leader or was it Meth Bear? Shit, I can't mind. One of them wanted me to include WoW, like, on here, because every time Phil gets a big massive contribution, he says wow a whole lot. You know, so I've had requests for Ginormous as well. Ginormous is one I might, I tell you what, if he gets another big wheeled out podcast, I'll include it, okay? If he gets a big amount of tips during this podcast, I think I'm going to include Ginormous in the rotation for now. I think it's a good shout. But yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. We'll go for that. Ethan's asking, am I going to add successful? I mean successful. Me and Phil can't fucking pronounce words properly. That doesn't sound like Phil at all. No, that's. I really do regret Pig Go not being updated yet, you know, lately, because we really do miss it, you know. We really miss having the most recent things to kind of check. I mean, I like choosing Pig Go, not obviously for finding the old classic random things, you know. Phil said never again 160 times, by the way. But just in case you're curious. But I also like using it for fucking, you know, testing these kind of bingo terms and what's he said recently and everything else, you know. It's a fantastic kind of wee thing to use to kind of test the waters and see, has Phil been saying this or that a lot lately? Is it worth looking at and potentially adding to the card? So yeah, hopefully it comes back soon. But hold on. I had to mute myself there just so I could have a big cough, sorry about that. But hopefully we can have Detective Side come back soon and resume the Pig Go antics if I can go. Fingers crossed for that. Oh shit, I lost that page. Let me get back to that fucking page I was on. I lost it. Oh.
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Marlene Soulgruber for a very generous super chat, £52. I say €59, it works out as, what the fuck? Okay, Phil's live, but he's not actually talking properly. He's just, is this clown mode? Do we have clown mode on the card? Yes, we have clown mode in the card, and Phil is being quite clownish. So he's still playing his shitty fucking music, okay? I'm gonna take clown mode, okay? There you go, fuck you, Phil. Just looking at his camera going, I don't know. But Marlene Sograba, a very generous super chat. I know it's a super sticker that's sent with a little fox jumping through fireworks, it looks like, you know? A little fox in a dressing ground jumping. Or is that a dog or a fox? It looks like a fox to me. But it could be a wee dog, it could be, yeah. You know, you're dressing gown anyway and they're jumping through fireworks, you know, it's very cute as well. So thank you very much to Marlene Sograba for a very, very generous super chat. I do appreciate it. That's great stuff. And, Phil, this is not Phil Light. He's still technically not started the show yet. What the fuck? I got no idea what the fuck he was doing. He was just bullying his fucking cat, I guess, for, I don't know, for attention. Fuck me, man. So I took off clown mode anyway, because Phil was, of course, being a fucking clown there, you know. I mean, interrupted me trying to fucking thank Marlene for his very generous super chat. It is very kind of you, Marlene. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. Phil though being clown mode immediately. What the fuck? His cat jumps in his lap. I better fucking turn my camera on straight away and show my audience my pet. Then Phil complain and bitch and moan about other people fucking monetizing their pets for their fucking content. But it's perfectly fucking fine when Phil does it though, of course. Fuck me. Actually, can I scroll? Hold on. So, as I said, Phil was bitching and whining when he first got on. I can't fucking catch it, okay. So Phil was bitching and whining about him not being able to make a YouTube short out of an old Zelda clip that he had because he was saying shit the entire time and YouTube would not allow him to monetize that properly. So as a YouTube short, and Phil was upset about it. So and it wouldn't make sense to fucking censor it either because it would just be the whole thing was censored, essentially. So Phil, I think, is going to talk today at some point about how annoying it is that he cannot monetize censored, you know, not censored content, but sweary content. Like he's going to actually probably complain. Every single one of Phil's videos that he uploads to his channel, he has to tick a certain box that says it is child friendly. And then at the same time with that, essentially, he's going to complain and bitch and whine and moan about YouTube not letting him monetize him being a sweary bastard. Apparently the infamous Jinx is in Phil's chats. I'm going to see if I can find him. Has it said anything? Is that just a name, Jinx? Is that what it is? I'm looking at Phil's chat right now and I can't see any sign of a Jinx. Unless it's someone else. Participants? No sign of a Jinx unless I called something different. I don't know. I don't know. Toxic Chai just is saying, does it show up in a description that he applies that setting? I'm sure Phil's shown. I've seen it before. Like Phil has literally showed it before. I think that setting. Also, it's one of those things where, for content which is not child friendly, you wouldn't be able to fucking play it automatically if you link it on. You know, for example, if you take content in YouTube, it's rated for adults, or whatever, or not for children anyway, and you link that on Discord to try and embed it on Discord. Discord usually won't let you play it and watch it on Discord because it's not child friendly. And then you have to just go directly to the fucking source. Things like that. So that's one way of telling what content is child friendly and not child friendly, which is kind of a weird random way, I know, but it's the one way it came to mind. Sometimes these fucking things are categorised here as like child friendly. Hold on, let me test it on a Phil's fucking videos. I'll just tick on a shake. Hold on. Is there anything here? Browse game, browse all game, and that. I know Phil does tick that setting. No, I'm no. Is Phil late? Phil was actually early. Phil was actually early. He was in his chat before he was due to begin to have a rant about things. Oh, he's fucking starting now. Joking that. But having said all that, I still ended up being a little bit tiny bit fucking late. Jesus Christ. So yeah, but we're getting now, as you can see, guys. Remember, If I miss things on the card, please let me know. Tag my name in the chat and let me know what I'm missing on the card. I don't try and miss things on the card. I just do sometimes. I can't fucking help it. I'm going to just unmute this very soon to see what kind of intro. We're going to have a random intro from Phil today.
What's going on, everyone? On today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about the usage of naughty words and monetization on YouTube. Plus, we got some news, updates, and more. See you in a sec.
I warned you guys. I warned you all. I warned you. How about it? Did fucking tell you. So this will be a short little intro so we can fucking just get straight into the goddamn thing probably. But yeah, Phil is going to have a little bitch and whine and moan about YouTube not letting him make more money from being a sweary bastard. Boo fucking who. See, I don't monetize my videos so I can fucking swear all I fucking want enough to worry about that shit. You know, I'm a happy chappy that way. Let's begin.
Alrighty, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. Today is Monday, the 15th of May, 2023, and of course, I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the show. I hope that you're...
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Jonathan J for the super sticker. You know, a super sticker says it's a. I think I was told it's like a Japanese style fox. This little guy is this little kind of. It looks like a dog, but also a fox. He's giving a thumbs up to the camera. He's wearing a cute little dressing gown and saying, "Good job." Thank you very much, Jonathan J, for the super sticker. I do appreciate it. It's really good. And that's what I'm saying. It builds up some pausages. It builds up some nice pausages so we can fucking fast forward and not have to deal with Phil's nonsense rambling as much. Japanese style, yeah, Bjorn, Japanese style. Someone in chat said it was some sort of Japanese style kind of dog or something, or fox. We're asked earlier on. Somebody said that. I'll see if I can find the thing. Hold on, let me scroll back up in my chat, see what it is. Blah, blah, blah. How did I say it? I seen somebody say something like it was something Japanese style. I swear I did. I swear I did. Did I just make that up? I don't think I did. I don't know. I'm so confused. It's like a Shiba Inu, that's what it's Shiba Inu. It's kind of like a Shiba Inu. So I first seen it, I thought it was like a fox, but also, I don't know. Either way, thank you very much for the super sticker. I do appreciate it. So, hopefully, just remember, keep an eye. So, Phil's, I don't think we got an update on the card today, do we? No, because Phil said update during the restart thing, but nothing happened there. So, right, hopefully we can get a Phil out today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's fucking crack on, mate.
2023, and of course, I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the show. I hope that you're all doing well as we begin a new streaming week. Well, actually, it's more than halfway through the streaming week for me, but as you know, starting off kind of a new week of school and work for everyone, I'm sure. Good stuff coming today. Great gameplay variety. I'm actually excited that we're flipping the games over because, after you play one or two games a lot, you want a little bit of a break. And in regards to Zelda, I feel like we're just scraping the surface, and today we're actually going to get into the meat of it. So I'm very excited to be playing Zelda as the main stream. But also today, one important thing, in just a second here, as we start talking about the gaming schedule for the week, you guys are going to be a major part of determining what we play tomorrow. Because I'm going to do a poll overnight where you guys are going to vote on the game for tomorrow. And depending on how you vote will actually determine the order of games that I play both Tuesday and then when I get back from my break on Thursday and Friday. So, yeah, you literally will have the reins this week to, controlling the first early stream. So that's kind of cool. We'll talk about in a second. Another thing I definitely want to talk about today is monetization on YouTube, how it's changed over the years, and why content creators have had to change their philosophies and strategy when it comes to making content in the last 5 years or so. Particularly, one of the things that I've been trying to do for you guys is make fun.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Barrett. So Super Chat says, I'm just scraping the surface of my 1,000 hour playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom. The only fucking tears that are fucking coming here from the fucking audience trying to fucking endure that garbage fucking gameplay from Phil. People are fucking hating it, and T's already fucking trying to mull over whether he should fucking take what is probably the biggest game of the fucking year so far and moving it to the fucking night streams. He is that fucking mundanely boring with his fucking gameplay of it.
Particularly.
And by the way, Barrett Wells, I do hope you're recovered from the sunburn.
One of the things that I've been trying to do for you guys is make fun YouTube shorts. And I feel like YouTube shorts are a way to highlight funny moments from streams and maybe get someone to check out a playthrough that maybe they wouldn't have previously. For example, I made 2 different Star Wars Jedi Survivor shorts recently that I think highlighted some of the problems with the game and people found them funny. But the problem with YouTube shorts is that they don't allow for any naughty words. I'm serious. If you put a naughty word into a YouTube short, it's instant demonetization, and essentially it gets kicked out of any chance of being featured in the algorithm. So there's no way that you're ever going to get any kind of traction out of the short. This is something that YouTube has dramatically changed.
It's just it's such a good thing then that Phil does not care about trying to get viral on YouTube. Not shit. All Phil wants to do, he said this the other night, he said this the other day, remember, all he wants to do is fucking make sure he keeps his fucking small curated audience, this fucking little community he's built. He doesn't want to fucking have a massive amount of fucking popularity on YouTube. He makes content for that small little cult-like following of deadheads he has watching his content every single fucking day. So why all of a sudden is it a big fucking deal, Phil, that you're not fucking featured in the algorithm and you're not fucking featured in this shit? Why is it a big deal? You said you make content for these fucking little small band of deadheads with fucking deep pockets every single fucking day. You don't care about fucking getting bigger and more popular on YouTube. So why is it important all of a sudden, Phil, for you to suddenly try and get into the fucking algorithm again? I thought you literally said the other day you don't want that sort of attention. That you're fucking doing what you're doing to try and just fucking cater to your little small band of fucking morons that have a fucking never-ending flow of money for you.
From how it used to be. And we're going to talk a little bit about that this morning, because you may have noticed over the last few years, some of your favorite content creators have changed the way that they actually make content. All right? Not me, but most others. I've distinctly noticed this in the last few years. The way that people are talking and acting on YouTube has distinctly changed because people want to make money. And that's kind of interesting, because the way we got here is literally the polar opposite. We'll talk about that. Anyway, but also we got an update on some gaming news in regards to the whole Activision Blizzard deal going on. So we'll talk about all that stuff, all right? But I hope you're all having a good Monday morning. And I hope that you're all ready for some fun today. Full gaming. As you can see, Jasper is in the office today. And he will be available to kind of hang out for this stream if he feels like it. It's up to him, you know. So let's see. Right now he's playing with my charge cable for my neck phones, which is fine. He doesn't like do anything. He just boops it around. I just hope he doesn't start chewing wires. That's when we get a problem. But yeah, he'll be available to join us for Zelda today. It is incredibly hot in Washington State today. Yesterday we hit record highs of 90 degrees, and today we are slated to be even hotter. It is the hottest it has ever been in recorded history in this state today. Right now it's around 84 outside, but it's not even full sun. It's supposed to get into the low 90s, so I have all the air conditioners in the house bumping. The house is cool because we got them on early. But you're going to hear it. You can probably hear it now.
That house was no longer cool the moment you fucking set your little fucking gout-ridden foot inside of it. There is no way you can fucking call that fucking domicile cool because Phil Burnell lives there.
It's actually not on full blast because I had it on for like an hour before I started streaming, so the room is very cool. But as it warms up, you might hear it going on and off again. Nothing I can really do. I know it's abnormally early for me to be doing this. Normally I wouldn't have the air conditioner on hopefully until like June, July, but there's nothing I can really do about that. The heat has come so early this year. It was actually interesting. I read a news article. Well, a news story, I should say. Not really an article, but a news story from our local news out here that as of, around 10 years ago, only 20% of the homes in Washington State where I live, this is the Pacific Northwest of the United States, this region, only 20%, that's 1/5 of homes had air conditioning. But we have had such an incremental, exponential increase in heat.
No, I'm playing it.
God, it's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter.
Over the last 10 years, that every home that gets built now has air conditioning installed by default. And it's pretty crazy that the climate's changing that fast. But, again, I was house hunting in 2014. And when in 2014 I was told, oh, it's always rainy and cool out here. People complain all the time that it's just this rainy state. And that's why a lot of people don't like being out here. They say they're depressed because the weather is so cool and rainy all the time. And then I moved out here and it was like immediate hot summer, like every year. It was giant hot summer. I was like, people said this didn't exist, but it has. Every year since I lived here, it's like the hot weather followed me from the East Coast to the West Coast of the United States. So it is what it is, but I'm prepared for it. And I hope that it doesn't hinder the streams too much. I mean, I think you guys are getting used to it now. The air conditioner's kind of been on for about a week. And I think
And fuck you guys in the audience for fucking not having Phil actually amend his OBS microphone settings to try and not pick up that ambient background noise. It's something Phil could very easily fucking do if he spent 5 minutes applying such a fucking setting to his own fucking OBS, but he refuses to fucking do it. 1, because he doesn't know how, and 2, he doesn't care about his fucking audience and what they fucking hear in the goddamn background in his fucking office. As long as it's not fucking anything that might fucking get him into trouble with Cat, he doesn't give a shit about that fucking ambient background noise of the aircon blowing non-fucking stop.
you're getting used to the noise, right? You know, it sucks. I like having fresh air. I like having nice wind blowing in from the window. There's not much I can do about that, okay? That's correct. I caused the climate change. I moved and I brought the climate change with me. That's absolutely correct. It must be all the greenhouse gases coming out of my derriere, of course. Anyway.
Scat talk? We don't have it on the card, but that is scat talk.
So where to begin today? Because we have a lot to talk about, all right? Just a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, so far this week has gone really well when it comes to progress in all the games I'm playing, chill vibes on the streams, keeping drama out of the streams. Yes, they're having a couple attempts of idiots to try to come in here and derail stuff, and I have handled it, as well as the moderators. I want to say thank you to the moderators who've always also helped with this week. We don't want any bullshit from the outside of this stream coming in. This is a place where we're supposed to focus on positivity and fun with gaming and a good social interaction. I don't care about any of the nonsense, white...
So you want to focus on good social interaction, and to do that you're going to fucking tell everyone to fuck off and not come in. Okay, that seems quite, you know, like an oxymoron there, you know, but yeah. Oh, Phil said idiot. Okay, my bad. Phil said idiot and ticked off idiot. You're right, he said idiot, my bad. Right, so that's another one for this. We've got a strong start, very strong start. Yeah, good pause, Hyle. It's funny, I did try and get Phil wearing the hat, have a strange hand gesture for the photo, it didn't really work out. But I got that kind of strange evil smile for the thumbnail, so it worked at the end.
Noise of idiots from outside of here doing stuff. I don't even want to know about it, you know? Last night we had direct derailment, people trying to come in and derail my shit. I said, shut up, we don't care. And I continued on, and we made great progress in the Oblivion Shivering Isles DLC because I was able to stop that and not get derailed. So that was a good thing, and now we're almost done with the DLC. So, anyway, let's keep that going. And in addition to that, obviously, I should bring up the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, we have had 8 straight streams this week. That is 8 straight streams where we have hit all of my support goals. That is unprecedented. I don't think we've done that since 2020 and the Vest Streak. 8 straight freaking streams.
There it is. There it is. So remember, Phil does not want to actually commit himself to adding the streak to the bar at the bottom with all the information is, you know, like members and the tips and all that. He does not want to add that information there because I think he is a bit worried it will be, if it adds, it'll end like the fucking, you know, the lower streak again. He's apparently learned his lesson from last time, but he won't shut the fuck up about it. It's like this is basically the fucking replacement for 2 big bills. Every single fucking day, Phil turns on a stream and reminds his audience, by the way, make sure you keep the streak going. Instead of, oh, I've got 2 big bills I gotta pay, guys, please pay. It's more like, hey, we've got a streak going right now, and it's very fucking positive, so make sure you fucking keep that bastard rolling.
That's nuts, okay? And obviously I want to say thank you to anyone who has hung out, engaged, participated, supported in any way in this streaming week. Obviously, this was not something that I was expecting, nor is it something that I'm expecting to continue forever. And at any moment it can end, and that's fine. But it's cool that we're keeping this momentum going. But as you know, I've learned from my mistakes 3 years ago when we first had a streak like this. I made the streams a lot about that. We had a Vest streak counter down there. We're not doing any of that. Because sadly, when this happens and it becomes all about that, that's literally derailing of all the content of the stream. I mean it. Like, what ends up happening is everyone just wants to focus on that and doesn't care about the content of the stream. And that's not what this stream is about. It's not. If this stream right now I'm doing right now ended up being really slow, that's fine. It's okay. I had a great week so far. It's not the end of the world. The sky isn't falling. And it's not about that. It's not. It's about making fun content, meaningful content for an audience that appreciates the content I put out for them. It's not about making a ton of money every stream. It's ridiculous. Now, if it gets that level of support, I mean, that's outstanding, and I'm incredibly grateful. So thank you to everyone who has been keeping this up. And it's funny because, you know, some people have been saying that, you know, it's all one person. But the funny part is, yesterday we actually hit all of my support goals on the first stream before that particular person.
It is all one person. Don't even fucking deny it, you sad wee fucking dick. It is all one person. And give me 2 seconds just to check something here. Oh, Prophet sent. What's Prophet sent? Prophet sent me a screenshot of Phil's chat. Is this from the other day? The fuck's this? Prophet, what have you sent me? With a screenshot here. What be this? Hypnotic. So is this why Jinx got banned in the first place before I fucking gave him a bunch of money to get unbanned? Remember, I was off when this started. I mean, I wasn't available for this. DSP Gaming says, Hypnotic Jinx, hello! So, for your information, not only are you a secret hater who is going to charge back all contributions once they hit 1k, you're also working both with Secret Limited and Keemstar. Just thought you should know the latest from the crazies out there, lol. What the fuck? What the fuck's this, man? I mean, I don't know. I think this was Phil from like last night or something. I don't know. Yeah, but this is OIC. This is one of OIC's like 50 socks. Why bring attention to it? For fuck's sake, man. For fuck's sake. Also, this is amazing. I feel like I can point this out. I don't know if this person created this artwork, but this is incredible. This right here deserves more attention. Like, look at this. The Legend of Jinx, Financier of the Kingdom. This looks brilliant. I cannot emphasize enough how good this artwork looks. This is genius. So that was I retweeted it as well, you know, and my Twitter. So there we go. Sorry, just like point that out there. And let me check Twitter. Sorry, not Twitter. Discord. Mythbear sent something as well. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. That sums up in a nutshell. DSP not causing drama. This right here. Somebody actually made this, I'm sure, with Phil's face. I'm sure I've seen this with Phil's face before. So yeah, Phil does it to himself. He always ends up fucking doing it to himself. He will forever end up being his own goddamn worst enemy. But yeah, thank you for sending that Prophet as well for the little screenshot. I didn't realise that. Yeah, this fucking amount of copiing from Phil is just beautiful. He's fucking trying his best to deny it's like fucking one person. It's like it's mainly one person, maybe fucking 2 people at most, but it's mainly one fucking person.
Person even contributed at all or showed up to the stream. They showed up later and it was like, whoa, we already hit all the goals. So this is awesome. And you know, this kind of momentum is good. And here's why. We're about to head into a really epic month. I feel like the month of June is going to be very good. Why? Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, all the new game events and releases all coming out at once. You're going to have things like Summer Game Fest, the Microsoft press conference with the Starfield event. There's going to be a Sony event. It's probably going to be Nintendo, and all these games are going to start releasing all their information. And then later on in the month, it's Final Fantasy 16. So there's a lot of huge high-profile things happening in June. To head into a month like that with good momentum is a great thing. Rather than being slow and stagnant, things are actually pretty good on streams right now. When we get to attendance, we get to engagement, and again, this week's support has been absolutely outstanding. So you keep that momentum going, heading into June, that's great. Now, again, not the end of the world if we don't, but I just want to take the time out to say thank you. You guys have been amazing this week. You absolutely have been. And this is in every regard, too. Even though I say, oh, we're hitting our support goals, and obviously that's mentioning like a tip level. We had a tremendous amount of memberships, gifted memberships, and even super chats are up this week. Like, everything is up this week for some odd reason. I don't know what prompted it, because I didn't do anything different, but I'm definitely happy and grateful for it. So thank you guys so very much for that.
Shut up, bitch!
But again, I will reiterate something. That's not what the stream is all about. So if I see people coming in here, okay, and if I see people basically doing things such as completely talking only about that, or even going after and harassing people in the chat who have been supporters this week, I'm not putting up with that. It's not allowed. I see people bothering people and stuff. It's not going to be allowed. Already, you know, you got to understand these idiots on the internet make up the biggest stuff. So far, here's what I've heard.
Bitch, please, you're fucking accusing other people of fucking making up things. You made up a whole bunch of fucking dumbass shit the other fucking day, which prompted Craig from Side Scroller, Stuttering Craig, to debunk your ass with all these receipts live on his own stream last night. You forced his hand when you fucking ran your mouth and claimed all sorts of fucking nonsensical fucking things. He fucking had to get the receipts himself and show everyone else that you are full of shit and lying once more to your audience for whatever fucking reason.
You ready? This is a secret plot by all of my detractors. It's all a setup. The entire week of support is a complete setup. It's all fake support. Really. It's all fake. It's an evil plan, get this, between Secret Limited, Keemstar, and others. They're all plotting behind the scenes to give me good support this week and then pull the rug out from under me afterward.
I can't mind the term. If Steve Ed was here, he'd probably know the term, or most of you guys are smarter than me anyway as well. There's a term here where you try and discredit your enemies by fucking belittling them. There's some sort of term for it, you know what I mean? There's a word for it or whatever. Where you try and belittle and discredit, the people that criticise you and mock you, your enemy, by just saying these kind of things over and over again to try and fucking discredit them, make them look stupid, make them look paranoid, make them look crazy, That's what Phil's doing right now. He's fucking turning to his own chat, his own audience, and he's fucking trying to paint the detractors and side scrollers and everyone else, and Keemstar and everyone else. He's trying to paint them all as this fucking bunch of crazies who make up things all the time and non-stop. Yeah, gaslighting. Yeah, gaslighting. Yeah, it could be there. Gaslighting. Trying Bear says that artwork was by BM2KX. New detractor artist. His stuff is fire. Yep. I mean, I thought it was obvious in the handle. The Twitter handle's like there, so there we go. I'll give him a wee follow. There we go. Follow. There you go. But yeah, Lord Diaz. But this is fucking amazing. So yeah, and I retweeted it as well, so people can check out my Twitter as well if you want to see a retweet of that. But yeah, good shout. Plus, I'm saying Phil was doing his absolute best to try and discredit and belittle and besmirch all his enemies. Not just he's trying his best to appeal to his own audience and try and fucking make everyone else on the internet, make Keemstar and fucking side scrollers and even the big detractor, like It's a Gundam and all these every single detractor and every single other person on the internet, make them all seem like crazy people because Phil was just doing his best to fucking deflect as much as fucking possible from all the fucking shit that's being thrown at him lately. That's all he can fucking do.
And it's all because they're making an in-depth documentary and they're talking about it every night on Discord. They have this secret Discord group that the detractors are talking on Discord about plotting my downfall and all of this stuff. It's just hilarious. The shit you hear, it's like, what? And the sad fact is, to some extent, you have to believe some of this is probably true. I'm not saying the specifics of people plotting and stuff. I'm just saying there's people who probably actually do this kind of like talking about the shit behind the scenes and they believe this nonsense. They're nuts. They're fucking nuts. That's how crazy these people are. But to me, I just kind of laugh, and like, whatever. You laugh with it, you're like, dude. And here's the good news. It has nothing to do with my streams, right?
Yeah, it does, Phil. You're literally fucking using it in your stream right now. You're bringing it up of your own volition, on your own stream, on your own content, so therefore it's a part of your fucking streams. It's a part of your podcast. And unless you fucking delete the podcast, it'll forever be a part of your fucking podcast, you dumb son of a bitch.
Today, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna play games, we're gonna have fun interactions, we're gonna, make progress, have a good time together, and that's what it is all about. It's not about any of the white noise from the outside of the stream. It's funny because people who come here and just chill with me every day have a great time. All the bullshit and drama and nonsense comes from people outside of this stream trying to ride the coattails of what I do on YouTube. And I don't care about them. I don't need to hear about this person's doing this, restreaming this, saying this. Nobody cares. It has nothing to do with me. I'm ignoring it all because that's the best course of action at this point. Like I said earlier this year, I realized pretty much no one on YouTube is interested in giving anyone a fair shake or exposing any kind of truth. What they're into is stirring up drama for personal gain. So I'm not going to be involving myself with any people. Trust me, this month, we've got to really focus on the games I'm playing. We have to get as far into Zelda, Star Wars, and Elden Ring as we can and finish up what we can by the end of the month, because when June hits, I'm going to be so busy with Street Fighter and other games, but a lot of Street Fighter, that's got to be the focus. I don't have time for bullshit. I'm not going to be wasting time on special streams talking about nonsense and addressing bullshit. I don't care. Let them do their own crap outside of the streams. Let them, oh, but someone's trying to talk to you. Someone wants to reach you about this or that. No one gives a fuck. Me, the least. I don't care about any of these people. Leave that shit off the streams. It's against the rules anyway. As you can see, I got it pinned on the stream. No drama from outside the stream. Let's just have a great time here on the streams together and continue forward positively, right?
You don't want people to fucking talk about you, then you fucking stop talking about them. You keep their fucking names out of your goddamn belligerent fucking mouth.
Sound good? All right. So, that being said, let's jump into our usual business, shall we? Let's talk about the schedule, because today's schedule is interesting because we're going to have a poll to determine what we're doing tomorrow. All right, so today it's going to be Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, continuing on. Of course, I almost said Breath of the Wild. Today's stream will be interesting because we're finally going to be able to head into the true open world of the game. I thought we were doing that on Saturday night. Come to find out, there was more tutorial Saturday night. And we ended up doing a tutorial of the Depths, which is this underground world and other things. Finally now, we've hit the open world where we can do whatever we want. And we already have a direction. Like there's a big tower right in front of us we're going to explore. And this tower is going to allow us to open up parts of the map and everything. So that's what we're going to do today is open world exploration, likely hitting up a bunch of the challenge temples, looking for items, looking for map, and hopefully moving towards one of the optional, or not optional, the main story objectives. I believe there's 4 points on the map that they're telling you to move towards. So I'll try to head in one of those general directions today. Now, how far will we get in 3 hours? I don't know. People are saying this game is 100 hours long. So in 3 hours, you know, you think, wow, well, we'll make progress, but how much progress realistically will we even make? I guess we'll have to see. You know, almost feel like a game this big, it almost feels like everything is just a drop in the bucket. Like, very well today, we might complete 5 temples, get 2 big upgrades, find some optional great weapons and items, and unlock a big part of the map. And it's like, you have completed 1% of the game. Like, right? But I guess we'll see. All right, let's see how it goes. I am excited because, like I said, I'm liking the elements of the game. Although, admittedly, one thing I might do, as we already talked about, I might skip the optional puzzle objectives inside of the temples. I've done 8 temples so far, and every single one I've done the optional objective, and every single one has been a waste of my time. The items in the temples are a joke. Like arrows, or a stamina elixir, of which you already have 2 because you can craft them at any campfire.
Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much about it, Will. So Super Chat says it's hard to predict how far we'll get with menu stalling and Bigments. Alright. Yeah, pretty much. He drags the fuck out of these fucking games because he fucking insists on exploring every single fucking nook and cranny in a fucking level. Some people just fucking play the game and stick to the fucking... For a first playthrough, some people just stick to the actual game and just follow the direction it's trying to steer you towards, you know what I mean? And I've heard people have fucking got through Star Wars in like 14 hours. 14 hours for the game, essentially. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but Phil is like barely left the fucking first planet after like fucking 15 hours. It's bizarre. It baffles my mind. It really does. But it is what it fucking is. Phil procrastinates when he's fucking talking, and even when he's playing games as well. He fucking plays like a fucking goddamn procrastinator, just fucking stalling and waiting to fucking just have chat, tell him what to fucking do next and all that shit. Unbelievable. Every time, without fail.
A stamina elixir, of which you already have 2 because you can craft them at any campfire in the game. So why did I bother doing the puzzle, right? So I guess we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it'll be chill, interactive fun. Since it'll be wandering an open world with not really much direction, there'll be ample opportunity for us to relax, to have fun conversation. I want it to be that kind of a stream, and depending on how today goes, it may determine moving forward how often I play Zelda as a daytime stream or not. Because if it does cater itself more to a late night chill stream, then maybe we'll do that with it. You know what I'm saying? I guess we'll have to see. But anyway, let's see how it goes today as the main stream, okay?
Shut the fuck up!
Then on tonight's late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it will be the continuation of Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. Great playthrough so far. I'm actually glad I'm playing this one because this one I know a lot about from my previous playing of it off YouTube. I've never played this as I've been a YouTuber. It's been that long, so it's been like over 15 years since I played the game. And it's fun because the music remixes are great, the graphics are improved, right? The job system is very fun to jump around in, and because it's an old school RPG, again, there's ample opportunity for us to kind of talk and interact and chill rather than worry too much about being hyper focused on the game. It's a great playthrough. So I'm looking forward to more tonight. If you like old school RPGs or you just like chill, relaxing fun, I hope to see you on the late stream tonight for Final Fantasy V. Okay, now let's talk about tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's main stream is in your hands. And here's why. Right now, I have 3 games that I'm playing. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Elden Ring's Glintstone Magic Run, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. All 3 playthroughs are good in my opinion at this point. Like, we're in good points, they're exciting, interesting. Every time I play them, good advancement. You know, I'm having a good time with it. I don't really mind any of those games tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the power in your hands to determine what game that we play tomorrow. Alright?
Boring. I'm going to go 1.25 speed. He is boring the fucking shite at me now, so we're going to speed up. We've got some speed up juice, we're going to fucking use it.
I'm going to make a poll literally right now live here on DSP Gaming. I'm going to head over to the community tab and I'm going to post up a poll for you guys to vote on what game you want to see tomorrow's main gameplay stream. Now, here's something neat that YouTube has finally done. They instituted a timer for polls, which I can't believe it took them that long. It did take them that long. But now you can actually put a timer on a poll. Alright?
Big fucking deal. That is not exactly a fucking burning issue in the fucking, as far as I'm concerned, a timer for a fucking poll. You fucking run the poll, when you're fucking done with the poll, you fucking go and fucking end the poll, and you fucking see the results. The end. Big fucking deal. Oh, it's got a timer now, so it can end automatically. Wow, fuck off.
Right? So, I'm trying to think how you do it. Let me actually refresh, because I haven't refreshed my page in a while. And I want to make sure that all that stuff is there. So if I go over here, here we are. We're on the community tab. Alright. And if I click on text...
That's dead. I'm counting that as dead air. I'm counting that as fucking dead air. That fucking random fucking drawn out period right there. If I go normal speed, that was 1.25 speed as well. And that was still that fucking long, just random, nothing of... Like, so what?
Community tab. Alright.
1, 2,
and
wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
if I
8.
click on
that's
text
definitely.
poll...
Shut the fuck up, yeah, dick. That is definitely dead air. That box, there we go. Almost 8 damn seconds of fucking just time going, it's just staring, confused at the fucking goddamn screen. So yeah, that is dead air. Let's go back to 1.25 speed. Or should we go 1.5? You guys want 1.5? We're gonna go 1.5 because fuck it, why not? We got the juice.
Which is what I want to do, a text poll. Visibility will be public. Okay. I'm trying this now because it's something new they added. Text poll. Okay. So there's going to be 3 options. So far, I don't see anything about timing. But I think once I get ready to post, that's when you can pick your timing. So, which game should Phil play on the first stream for Tuesday, May 16th? The runners up will be played later on in the week. Good luck. So option number 1 will be Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Option number 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And option number 3, Elden Ring, the Glintstone Magic Run. Now, it says post, but there's an arrow, and if I click the arrow, schedule post. Okay, I don't see a way to make the post close. I'm going to post up the poll and see what happens. So I hit post. There it is. So the poll is live. And if I click on edit, no, all I could do is delete. So I think they're full of crap. Because YouTube had claimed you were going to be able to put up a timed post that should expire at a certain time and then go away. That's not available. I just looked, it's not there. So
This idiot. This fucking buffoon. I want to remind everyone. YouTube is his whole entire livelihood. He needs to fucking make sure he understands the inner workings of YouTube in order to fucking do his job as best as fucking possible. And yet he's always oblivious and ignorant about the fucking way it fucking works. This is why he's a fucking lol cow. One of the reasons why he's a fucking lol cow.
oh, they lied. They claimed this new feature launched, and it's not there. Unless they somehow magically hidden it somewhere else, it's not there. Anyway, so that poll is now live on the community tab of DSP Gaming. Please vote. I'm going to have that poll run overnight. And depending on how you guys vote overnight, that'll determine what game we play in the morning. Usually these polls, by the night, the night before, we always kind of know what it's going to be. So I'm curious what you guys are going to vote for. Maybe I'll even check on that by the end of the podcast and see how the voting is going. But again, Zelda, Star Wars, Elden Ring. So please check it out. Please vote. See, if they had allowed for timed polls, then what I could have done is posted that up and had it be so that, you know, it's only live for exactly 24 hours. So the polling would end during tomorrow's podcast, and it's locked in at a finale, and that's it. As of now, these polls are endless. They literally just go on forever, and people can continue to vote on them for years unless you delete the post. So I don't know how they haven't figured out that timing on a post would make any sense. Where is the poll? I'm going to say it one more time. Main channel of DSP Gaming, community tab. There's the post right there. There's the poll. Please vote. Okay? And it's live now. Please vote for it, and let's see what wins. I'm very curious to see what will win and what you guys want to see me play tomorrow. Now, here's how it's going to work. Whatever gets first place is what we're playing tomorrow on the first stream. I'm down for whatever you guys vote for. Whatever comes in second place will be the main stream on Thursday when I get back from my break, because Wednesday is my break off from streaming this week. And then whatever gets third place will be played on Friday. So the order you vote will directly determine the order of games that we play this week. Fair enough? Okay, so that is going to be the main stream tomorrow, is dependent on you. But tomorrow night's late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time will be the continuation of Oblivion Shivering Isles DLC. We are now at the very end of it. Like, we got to the tippity end of the DLC last night, the last part, and then the game's like, oh, look, here's another leg of the quest. We have to go to another cave you've never been to, probably fight more generic enemies, meet another generic person, charge up a fucking staff, to then get to the end of it. It's like, this DLC has not been good. I'm just going to be very blatantly transparent with my thoughts here. It's just a boring DLC. I think that the Shivering Isles DLC has actually been very poor. It's literally, go here, fight a million generic enemies. Go here, fight a million generic enemies and grab items between them. Go here, fight a million generic enemies. There's been one quest in the entire DLC that was interesting. It was a conspiracy quest where someone thought that someone was trying to conspire against them, and you had to do a few kind of dialogue challenges and things in order to actually, like, figure out the end of the quest and what was really going on. That was interesting. Literally, the entire DLC is go here, fight, go here, fight, go here, fight. Or in my case, since I have no healing items, go here and run past all the enemies. Go here and run past all the enemies. And it really seems to me like this is supposed to be a DLC you're supposed to play after you've beaten the game. People actually explained to me Shivering Isles came out a year after Oblivion had been released. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So it literally is supposed to be you beat the entire game, you've been waiting a year craving for more Oblivion content, and now you get more of the same. I wasn't looking for more of the same. If you take a look at DLCs for games like Fallout or even Skyrim, a lot of that content is just very different from what's the mainline stuff in the game, and that's why I felt it was special and fun. In this case, this DLC is just boring. You know, is there some interesting writing for Sheogorath? You know, he's kind of a crazy character. Yeah, and it's all right. But a lot of the stuff is just kind of dark and twisted. Oh, look, we're torturing people. Look, we ripped body parts apart, and you're making a Frankenstein monster gory. I'm like, what is this? Like, this isn't even like the spirit of Oblivion when you really think about it. It's really weird. But now we're at the end, finally. I'm like, you know, all right, we played it. At least now I can say I experienced it. I wasn't too impressed, but we're going to finish it up tomorrow night, and then we're going to move back into the main storyline of Oblivion, which we're actually nearing the end of. So I figure a few more night streams, and we'll actually wrap up the Oblivion playthrough, probably a little over 80 hours, which will be a good length. And quite frankly, after playing this game for about 5.5 months, it is around time to start finishing it up so we can do other things. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really expecting to wrap this up sooner rather than later, which is good, because that'll be a night stream opened up to play other stuff, okay? So I'm off on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to play whatever game got the second place in your poll. Thursday night will be more Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. And then Friday, whatever game came in third place in the poll will play. And then Friday night will be more Oblivion. Saturday is my weekly react day of DSP versus the internet. And so we will chill over on DSP Reacts, and I'll react to your clips. Now, I did things a little differently yesterday, okay? What I've been doing is every Sunday, I post up the threads over on DSP Reacts on which you can nominate clips, all right? So that you can actually get your clips watched on the show. And channel members are competing for a spot to get on the show, while ultra-level members are guaranteed to be on the show. But here's the thing. Every week, I've pretty much been posting up the threads, the community posts, at the same time. So what ends up happening is the same people who are around at that time have been jumping on those threads, posting up, and they've been getting their videos watched every week. While we've had groups of people in Europe, for example, who are asleep at that time, and then by the time they wake up and go to post up, it's too late. They don't get their stuff watched, and they've been kind of disappointed. They're like, man, I'm a member, but I never get my stuff watched. It kind of sucks. So what I ended up doing is mixing it up, and yesterday, immediately after the end of my first stream, around 4 p.m. Pacific time, I posted up the community poll, or the community thread, and people started posting then. It was different people. And I was like, oh, this is good, because now people in Europe had a better opportunity to actually get their stuff watched, and I think they did. I think there's a few Europeans for sure who never had their clips watched, or are now going to get their clips watched on this week's show, because I mixed up the time. So I think I might do this every week. Like 1 week, maybe I'll do it earlier. 1 week, I'll do it later. You know, and I'll do it random, so that way it is still first come, first serve, but it's kind of a random chance. It's not just always the same people every week, all right? So let's see how it works this week. We get different people's clips who get watched and go from there, but I think, you know, I was listening to feedback, and I hope that this worked out for you guys, okay? So Saturday's React Day. Saturday night, we'll continue on with late night chill stuff, probably more Final Fantasy. And then Sunday is the big day, ladies and gentlemen, because this coming Sunday, less than a week away, it is DSP's Fight and Feast Marathon event. I am very excited for this event. It is a Street Fighter hype event. I have not consistently played fighting games in a while. The fighting games I've played over the years have literally just been retro games, because I felt that sadly modern Street Fighter kind of fell off with Street Fighter V. Thing is, I'm a lifelong fan of Street Fighter. I've always had Street Fighter in my life and as a part of my content until Street Fighter V came out, and then that kind of ruined it for me because I hated the game. But Street Fighter 4 was giant. Street Fighter 4 I was playing for like 2 years consistently. I put out so many video series about the game and everything, and Street Fighter 6 is gearing up to be a special thing. Looks like there's great content for those who want to play the game offline single player. There's an insane amount of content for those who want to play the game online. There's classic controls, simplified, modernized controls. There's all this stuff to explore, all right? So I'm very excited for Street Fighter 6 coming out on June 2nd. So as a special way to hype up that launch, I'm doing a special marathon on Sunday, May 21st, where we're going to be doing fighting game stuff all day long here on DSP Gaming.
And you're going to ignore the fucking beta as well. There's a fucking open beta you could fucking play during this fucking event to hype up the game that the fucking beta. Oh my fucking god. No. By the way, I seen that. It wasn't quite a stash scratch. Phil scratched right the fucking side of his mouth. You know what I mean? It wasn't really quite a stash scratch. But we'll get it very soon, I'm sure, because he always fucking does it.
I'll be playing classic Street Fighter games in the 30th Anniversary Collection. You guys will be voting on the game and the characters that I'll be using as I do highest level AI challenge runs live on stream. In addition, there's going to be some fun tier maker events where we're going to rank things in the Street Fighter and fighting game universes against each other. That's always a good time. There's going to be food, because my wife is going to make several recipes out of the Street Fighter cookbook, and I'm going to have those available to snack on and show you the recipe in the book and kind of explore and live taste test. And if you guys want it, which it seems like you do, I'm also going to set up a 30-man over-the-top rope fantasy battle royale in WWE 2K featuring fighting game characters from Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken, all of which are going to have new game releases this year. So we're going to see what franchise has ultimate supremacy in the ring.
So let's just sum up what's happening, okay? Phil's doing a special fucking Street Fighter event to fucking hype up the upcoming release of Street Fighter 6. And to fucking hype up the game, he's going to ignore the open beta for Street Fighter 6. Sound good?
Alright, so lots of fun stuff. And on top of all of that, already I have something else special planned. So a lot of fun stuff happening on Sunday, May 21st. It'll be a great marathon. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people here. Great opportunity for you to come chill, hang out. And if anyone was thinking of coming and supporting the streams in particular, that day will likely have a lot more people than a standard stream, and so you might want to swing by that day, okay? Now, one other thing that I haven't really addressed, there is an open beta for Street Fighter 6 this weekend, starting on Friday the 19th, running through Sunday the 21st. And you might say, well, Phil, if you're so hyped for Street Fighter 6, why aren't you playing the beta? Well, there's two really honest answers to that. The first answer is because I'm already doing this event. It's already had this plan before they announced the open beta, and this is more important to me because it's going to be a special variety of fun. It's not just the same game all day. So number one, I already want to go through with this event. I planned it. I think it's going to be great. But number two, the open beta is literally exactly the same as the two betas they've already had last year. They didn't change anything. They've outright said, we haven't tweaked the gameplay, we haven't added any characters, it's exactly the same as you've already played.
The fucking beta you played the first time, though, where it's all the same characters, there's just 3 characters from that open beta from before that you ignored. You could take a fucking brand new experience, Phil. You are fucking denying yourself a brand new fucking experience with 3 characters which you didn't even bother your arse to fucking look at before. And make it a brand new fucking experience. But no, you're fucking set in your fucking ways. I don't want to fucking play with those characters. I want to play with these fucking characters because I think I'm best with these fucking characters. Just fucking try something, Phil. Try something different and make it entertaining for your fucking audience.
So I've already played it twice. I'm not interested in seeing the same 8 characters a third time. And by the way, if you didn't know, people hacked the beta on PC since December. And I've been playing that beta for 5 straight months. Literally, in this open beta, you're going to see hundreds, if not thousands, of try-hard cheaters who've been...
Hold on. Did you just say, by the way? Hold on. I just want to make sure I didn't just fucking miss a by the way there. Hold on.
The open beta is literally exactly the same as the 2 betas they've already had last year. They didn't change anything. They've outright said, we haven't tweaked the gameplay, we haven't added any characters, it's exactly the same as you've already played. So I've already played it twice. I'm not interested in seeing the same 8 characters a third time. And by the way, if you didn't...
Yep. Phil said, by the way, and that is our first bingo of the game. Fucking Yaldi.
No, people hacked the beta on PC since December. And I've been playing that beta for 5 straight months. Literally, in this open beta, you're going to see hundreds, if not thousands, of try-hard cheaters who've been hardcore playing those 8 characters for the past 5+ months. And all they're going to do is body everyone because they cheated to get unlimited access to this beta they shouldn't have had. And now they're going to be masters of it, just slapping people around. The people who are joining, oh, I can't wait to play Street Fighter 5 for the first time. What the fuck? What the hell's going on? Oh my god, I lost all my health in 10 seconds.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to your super super chat. It says, please put subtitles. I can't understand you. Act. Don't know why you'd end the super chat with a German for 8, but there you fucking go. Act is indeed German for 8. You inspired by the thumbnail, perhaps, you know, Phil wearing the fucking military hat, you know? But yeah, cheeky wee bastard, so thank you very much for the super chat. I do try my best to be coherent for you guys, I really do. Voodoo people's like saying subtitles, really. Yusuf's just being cheeky, he's okay, he's always been cheeky to me, but it was okay. He's just taking the piss, it's all good. But thank you very much for the super chat, I do hope you're all doing well.
The people who are joining, oh, I can't wait to play Street Fighter 5 for the first time. What the fuck? What the hell's going on? Oh my god, I lost all my health in 10 seconds and the game's over. What? It's just bullshit, you know? And I'm way more interested to try out new characters that we haven't seen before, people haven't had a chance to cheat and master already. And quite frankly, I'm more interested in characters like Zangief, Blanca, Honda, a returning character like DJ, and I wanted to see how he's going to play in this one because he wasn't in Street Fighter 5.
Let's just be fucking real here. Phil wants to fucking protect his fucking ego here. He's fucking worried that if he plays a fucking beta again and he comes across some of these fucking players which have had access to the game early, he is going to get absolutely bodied immediately and he won't fucking know what to fucking do with himself. He'll be fucking just so fucking... It was so fucking tormented about how fucking easily people have fucking beaten him. And the copium and the salt and the fucking just excuses and all that shit. You know, Phil will just fucking lose his goddamn tiny mind. So yeah, he's avoiding the fucking beta because he does not want to get humiliated by people that fucking have the better understanding of the fucking game than him.
The new characters like Marissa, Lily, Manon, JP, those are my more interesting characters to me. That's who I want to mess around with. I don't care about the 8 characters I've already played with twice in the beta. So for me, it would be a boring weekend.
You didn't play with 8 characters in the fucking beta, you played with 5 or 6, was it? You played with at least 5, at most 6.
Frankly, I'm just gonna wait for the game to come out. So that's why I'm not doing the beta this weekend. But hey, all of you who are playing the beta this weekend, enjoy. You want to break from it after playing it for 2 straight days? Come on by the Fight and Feast on Sunday, and let's have a chill time together. Sound good? So after the Fight and Feast, rest of this month, literally, we'll be focused on Zelda, Star Wars, Elden Ring, trying to wrap up at least one of those playthroughs, hopefully by the end of the month. Since Zelda's 100 hours, I'm going to say that's probably the one we're not wrapping up.
Hold on, Prophet's saying there that Phil only played with 3 characters in the beta. I'm sure he played with more than 3 overall. If we're talking about both betas, which are the same characters, now, I'm sure Phil played with more than just Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. Didn't he try a fucking new character as well, or some push as one of the new characters? I'm certain that Phil played with more than just 3 fucking people. I'm convinced he didn't. There's no way that Phil fucking ignored 5 whole characters and just stuck with 3 for the whole entire time for both betas. I'm not buying that. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he used Jamie. Josh Ray saying that he used Jamie. I'm convinced. I remember seeing him fucking trying out Jamie. And he apparently used Guile as well. So they go, no, it's 5. I think it's 5. 5 is a good safe number, I think, of the characters he used.
I don't know how long the Star Wars or Elden Ring playthroughs will continue, but what I can tell you is this: once we finish Oblivion, that is going to be a late night stream slot that now we can take one of those games and start playing it at a night stream or even start rotating. So we'll have even more gameplay of those games in each week, and I am definitely hoping for great progress, and that by the end of this month, we will free up some of these games, so that way when I start playing Street Fighter 6, that can be the main focus, and we can balance that with other stuff after a few days of hardcore practice and kind of get, immersed in that universe. So let's see what happens, but the rest of this month, I'm hyper-focused on these games and trying to get as far as I can into them. Thank you to everyone who has been enjoying and supporting the content this month, and I hope you're ready for a second half, because now we're actually officially heading to the second half of May. As of today, it's the 15th. So there you go. All right. Very good. All right. I think that's what I had to talk about schedule-wise. So now, a quick update on a news story, and then I would like to talk about the topic I want to talk about today: naughty words on YouTube and how it affects monetization. Okay.
Fuck you, ya dick. So according to Destroya in chat, Phil did not play with Ken, Luke, or Kimberly in the open beta. He played with everyone else, but he ignored Ken, Luke, and Kimberly. And Sam Evans made a very good joke that Phil won't play as Kimberly because that's the name of the escort from 2018. That's a fantastic wee joke. Imagine Phil finally gets his hand on Kimberly and there's all the memes, all his chatters go, hey, Phil's playing with Kimberly finally as evidence. He would, nah. I don't think he'd be very happy about that.
Okay, because it has affected some things recently, and I'm going to explain how. Well, first of all, the one news story for today is a follow-up on the Activision Blizzard purchase acquisition by Microsoft. So as you know, they have been trying to buy Activision Blizzard for a while, and it's been in court, it's been with these regulatory bodies, and essentially what's happened is, one body, this UK regulatory body, whoever they are, has said they feel that this should not go through because of something about cloud gaming. Now, the funny part about that is cloud gaming is in its infancy. You saw things like Google Stadia attempt cloud gaming and fail miserably. There are instances of people who use cloud gaming, but it's definitely not anything, Headphone users, do you hear that noise? What noise? Nothing. There's no noise.
Probably the fucking aircon unit blasting away at fucking it's like a fucking jet engine in the fucking background, but I continue, Phil.
There's literally no noise, unless you just hear an air conditioner. So I don't know why some people are bringing it up.
That roaring noise in the background is not a real noise, it's just the aircon, that's nothing, no. Pay no attention to the roaring noise of air going past the microphone. Continue enjoying the stream.
You hear anything? Nothing. Air, right? Okay, thank you. I don't know, people are being stupid. Anyway, so this regulatory body...
Oh, fuck you, yeah, you're mocking your fucking chat now, that's a bingo. People are being fucking stupid because you don't fucking have the fucking goodness to fucking amend your goddamn microphone settings to try and filter out the goddamn ambient noise in the background. Yeah, fucking dick.
He seems to want to hold up this purchase because of cloud gaming. But then when you get down to the nitty gritty of it and you break it down to their analysis, the things they're saying are preposterous. Like they're saying everyone who is a subscriber of Game Pass is a cloud gamer. What? That's not even true, but that's what their analysis broke down. They're believing that Microsoft has a certain amount of cloud gamers, and because if they buy Activision Blizzard now, somehow this has something to do with holding back cloud gaming. It doesn't even make sense. Like from a business perspective and a technology perspective, the things they're saying make no sound sense. But they're a regulatory body in the UK, and somehow they might actually hold up this purchase, even though they're completely uninformed on the subject. It's pretty hilarious, isn't it? So this morning, the overall European Union, who's basically everyone in Europe except the UK, came out and said, we are stamping the seal of approval on the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
Let's just cut to the... It's not just everyone apart from the fucking UK. There's a lot of countries within Europe that are not in the European Union. United Kingdom also one of the most prominent ones because they most recently left the UK. Sorry, they left the EU a couple of years ago. But there's several other countries within Europe which are not in the EU. And now it's fucking talking about things and misinformed about things they're talking about Phil. You just fucking had a go at the UK regulatory body for trying to discuss and decide things that they're not fucking informed on. And then the very next sentence, Bill fucking claims that UK is the only country in Europe that's not in the fucking EU. Oh my dumbass, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Bill is not a great example of the American intellect. He really isn't. Switzerland, I did nothing wrong, so Switzerland, Iceland, Norway, these are 3 examples right now. Ukraine aren't in the fucking EU. They want to be, but they're not in it yet, I think. I mean, it's one of those kind of things which is a bit of a touchy subject because of Russia. Yeah.
We are stamping the seal of approval on the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard on the premise that any games from Activision Blizzard...
Hey, Ravens Dolphins woken up. Hope you enjoyed your sleep, pal. Fucking Ravens Dolphin was like streaming and like... I'm surprised I fucking went back and I seen that Raven was still streaming. I was like almost finished work and he was still streaming. I was like, okay, I need to go to bed. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed your kit, pal.
That are owned by Microsoft, which is all of them, will eventually be available on the cloud, and those cloud versions of the games would be able to be played on other devices, so that it won't lock those games into only Microsoft exclusive consoles and or platforms. So I guess what they're saying is, let's say you put Call of Duty on the cloud, well eventually you could stream that on a PlayStation. If that ever even happens, because right now, cloud gaming on PlayStation is incredibly basic. You take a look at the games that you could cloud game on PlayStation, and they're few and far between. The ones that you can actually play, they're pixelated. Like for example, when I was playing Infamous, right? I played cloud gaming Infamous when I had PS Plus Premium last year. You could still play the game, but it definitely had some issues, a little bit of input lag, and some pixelization in the graphics.
I mean, logically speaking, it's to me. I mean, I'm not that fucking big on console gaming these days and that kind of thing, but cloud gaming, is it probably the fucking future? Is that probably the next big thing in gaming? Like, the kind of next big gaming revolution could be genuine, proper cloud gaming where it's not actually bad quality. It's like amazing quality or whatever. No matter what fucking game it is, whatever, it can play online as well. Is that the kind of next big thing perhaps for, you know, the next big revolution in gaming perhaps? Because it's been a year since I got excited about console gaming. Oh god, Prophet wants me. Prophet is offering to call and explain it to. No, I mean, like, no. So no, I mean it's. I don't want to get too dragged behind in bingo. we're only 14 minutes behind or whatever, man. But I can't stay for too long tonight, man. If I talk too much, man, I'm going to be fucked. My throat's already a bit bad as it is. But I don't know. Thanks anyway, Prophet. Usually I would say yes, but I can't afford it if I can go too long tonight, man. I'm sorry.
For the most part, though, I was impressed. I actually thought that it was a pretty good representation of what the game would play like on PS3, except for the graphics. Like, everything else seemed fine and playable. It was just the graphics that were a little annoying because it wasn't as defined or clear as if you were actually playing it physically on your PS3. But outside of that, I thought that it was a pretty good experience. Now, I guess what will happen is eventually, cloud gaming will advance. And if what they're saying is, let's say in 5 years, cloud gaming has gotten to the point where now you can play really great versions, and if anyone actually wants to cloud game Call of Duty or, you know, Overwatch or whatever it may be, they'd be able to do that, and because of that, essentially all of those games that are exclusive because they were bought by Microsoft would be able to be played on other consoles anyway. Therefore, the deal is fine and the deal should go through. So, the European Union directly addressing cloud gaming, saying, yes, let the deal go through. So now will the UK budge, or will the UK be obstinate and be like, oh no, we still feel, even though it seems like they don't even understand the technology because they're so focused on cloud gaming that no one is using. How can you say that everyone who has Xbox Game Pass is a cloud gamer? That's completely false. The vast majority of people are downloading the games onto their consoles and playing locally. They're not cloud gaming these games. Their statistics are completely wrong. So we'll see what happens, but the good news is, for those who wanting this acquisition to go through, the European Union stamping it okay is a good positive step forward, and a good sign that maybe other regulators will now even start to loosen up and say, okay, maybe we're a little off base, and start to approve it. I don't know, it's just funny because we started talking about this, 2 years ago, and we're 2 years in, and we're not even any closer to having this thing approved or going through. It's just crazy how the business world works, isn't it? How like you could wait years and years and years for progress on something as stupid as, I just want to buy a company. Too bad. Wait 17 years. By the time you buy the company, maybe video games will be obsolete. Like, Jesus.
Prophet, you want to call in, pal, and explain it quickly? You can. Fuck it. Phil's apparently me a big dum-dum, so fuck it, you want to call in and fucking explain it, pal, you're more than welcome to. The floor is open for you, man. So, as I said, like, Phil trying to fucking pretend to be an authority and an expert on fucking anything he talks about, man, every fucking time. He's always, it's just, he always tends to get things wrong, especially when he talks about technology. That's a big trigger for Prophet, Like, Phil tried cloud gaming briefly, but his connection, the way Phil's connected is kind of shite anyway. Like, because his is like, what is it, 10 megabits upload or something Phil's got because he's on business class internet or some fish. Oh, hold on, here we go. Hold on. Prophet?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Okay, make this quick.
Go for it.
Cloud gaming, very, very easy because the console itself doesn't need to have a massive amount of hardware because everything is run on the server. So you're looking at massive multi-core systems with multiple quadro graphics cards from NVIDIA that would be able to push the limits for cloud gaming. So it's not like the console needs to be beefy in order to do it. It's going to come down to your internet connection. And when Phil played those shitty fucking games on the PlayStation, like he was lagging in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, that's his internet connection.
Exactly.
Because none of it run on none of the rendering is being done on the console.
I was trying to remind myself, what is his connection again? Is it 10 megabytes upload or some push? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 300 down, 10 up.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll come down to your internet connection. That's what's going to push cloud gaming to get everybody over like a gig internet.
It's
right?
crazy, man.
Because that's what it's going to come down to. It's just speed. All the heavy lifting is done on the server.
I mean, so Phil, as usual, has no fucking concept of what he's fucking talking about.
Nah, he doesn't. He thinks he doesn't understand like how cloud gaming works. Like Xbox Game Pass is considered a cloud gaming service, same as PlayStation's. What is it? PlayStation Network, PlayStation Now, whatever it is.
PlayStation
right?
Plus, I think
same as Nintendo's.
Yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus. Same as Nintendo's online stuff, right? That's all considered cloud gaming. Stadia took it to the next level by having like a pseudo console. Really, it was just like a Chromecast, basically, with a controller. So it's not like you need like this $600 SoC from AMD to run the game if you're doing cloud gaming. It's everything's being run on the server, and then you're just downloading that information.
So Phil,
but it needs to be fast.
Yes. So I mean, from my interpretation, Phil saw the words business class internet and thought, hey, I've got a business that's going to be great for me. But usually, business class internet will not use that for doing the kind of work Phil does.
Well, the thing with business class internet is you're only paying for the support package. It's the exact same. Like you can buy packages like 300 down, 10 up, 600 down, 20 up, a gig down, a gig up, right? You can purchase those packages, but you pay the extra amount for the support. So when you call in, you immediately talk to somebody. You're not waiting 45 minutes on hold with the home user.
In fact, you tested it before, didn't you? Remember you actually fucking bought the same package that Phil had?
I had Shaw hooked me up. Shaw hooked me up with a business line for a business modem and a residential modem. And I ran them, and there was no speed difference. Now, when I had them both plug in at once, and I was streaming 4K video on one, and playing my games or downloading on the other, it did affect the speed because it's double math, which is what Phil is running. So it's a really fucking stupid setup. You shouldn't do it unless you're doing what's called bonding, where you can bond both modems into one and then run them as one speed. So like you can have a 1 gigabit package and a 1 gigabit package. Now you have 2 gigabit.
No, it's not like
but you
Phil
need to have
on dumb. Imagine Phil does something dumb.
No, Phil doesn't support that.
Oh, go. So
that's cloud gaming in a nutshell. It's not very hard to do. It's just you need to get the developers behind it. And the reason why Stadia failed is the developers just weren't behind it.
Yeah, Jesus.
You weren't getting like a massive AAA games on there. Like there were some, but just not every game.
And Barrett Welch, so which I was saying, I'm paying for someone to answer the phone. Ironic for a guy that won't answer his own phone.
Yeah.
That's what Phil's doing with basically a support line thing.
Yeah, but that's all you do with business packages. You're only paying the extra money goes towards that support package.
Okay.
There's no difference in quality. There's no difference in speed. There's no difference in reliability.
I mean, my interpretation. I mean, I'm not too clued up, as you know, when it comes to fucking technology these days. I'm a bit fucking. I don't pay too much attention to it. But my understanding is that these kind of things, cloud gaming as well, essentially, they're not quite mainstream yet. You know what I mean? Which is why I was thinking also PS5 and Xbox is obviously two best consoles, and there's not. It doesn't seem to be a huge amount of. You know, it seems to still be lagging behind compared to everything else. You know what I mean? But how far away is that from changing, Jink?
It's pretty close because you actually do have Game Pass for PC. So if you have Microsoft Game Pass, you do have it on PC, right? So you have PC, you have Xbox, you have Sony, you have Nintendo that all have, considering cloud gaming, right?
Yeah.
You all have this option, right? Where you don't have to download the game. You can play it off of their service and then just download it. Yeah, you know what? It's a lot better because it's not a drain on the system resources. So for like a PC gamer, you know what, it might be good. For me, I'd rather have my games installed on my PC, right? Like I'd rather have full control. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I'm playing that game online. What if they get rid of it, right? Then you have the same option like you have on Game Pass where you can buy that game at a discount.
So there's a lot of kind of unanswered questions essentially about this kind of service. You know what I mean? Exactly, yeah.
But it is the way of the future. It is going to go there once. Like you have sustained internet speeds of like a gigabit or higher.
That's a good question there from Big Leon in the chat. You can't mod cloud games, can you?
No, unless you're allowed to download the cloud game to your PC.
Exactly, yeah.
Then yes. But like imagine if you had Skyrim, right? Skyrim on a cloud service. Well, nobody's going to want to play the original rinky-dink Skyrim like Phil's doing.
My thought process.
Right? You want to play the modded versions.
My thought process. I mean, maybe good for like some kind of format of a massively multiplayer game, and it's even something even bigger than what I've already seen before ever. You know, for like these kind of big, massive multiplayer games. But it's like if it's controlled in one server, essentially, if it's controlled via cloud gaming, then that way you could really minimise the amount of cheating that goes on because it means everyone else is kind of playing by the same rule set because they're logging in separately and it's their internet connection only and whatever. But it means
well, that's why you see games like Diablo and World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
Yes, cheating in that is not very rampant. Yeah, you have your gold farmers, you have people that do shit like that, right? That's pretty much as far as it goes. There are some cheats that people can do, especially if you're playing on private server. But yes, like you can consider like an MMO a cloud service because none of your data is actually saved on your PC. That's all on their end. So your character, all your items, all your gold, etc., is all on their server. None of that is on your PC.
Right, cool stuff. I mean, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. I mean, to me, it's a bit sad in one hand because would it possibly just make consoles obsolete altogether then, or do you think there's still going to be demand for consoles?
Well, you look at a console right now, it's basically just PC hardware, right? It's an AMD SoC.
True, yeah.
Based on RDNA 2, right? Both PlayStation and Xbox. Nintendo's based on NVIDIA Tegra. So it's not... You're no longer getting, like, back when the PlayStation 2 came out, it was the Cell processor from Sony. It was an in-house custom processor. It didn't have any PC functionality, right? So back then, porting a game was a lot more difficult. Today, porting a game... Like, I hate to say it, like, Last of Us was just a joke. That was really, really bad. That was a bad port, yes.
Yeah.
Jedi Survivor, a lot of people, like Logan K, is playing it right now, right? On his streams, on Taking L's, shout out to Taking L's. He doesn't have a problem. It runs smooth. He doesn't I haven't seen him crash.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's
right?
just, yeah.
But, like, today, when you're doing a port, like, especially from a Microsoft game to a PC game, because most Xbox exclusive games, they're released for the PC as well through the Windows Store. So, like, you have... It's basically just like PC development.
Yeah, true.
But you do have, like, Sony doesn't use DirectX, right? Sony uses its own API system, so they have a different API for the engine, right?
Yeah.
And everything's coming out now. They're either using Unreal 5, or they're using Frostbite, or they're using, what's the other one? I think there's like one more. Those are like your three mainstream engines.
Yeah. There's a good point there maybe by Review Talk Paper USA as well. They said in 2011 that they knew game industry experts who thought mobile phone games in 2011 would dominate the entire industry and companies like EA would die. Mobile gaming was also a big thing back, it still is a big thing now, but obviously it's not as big as, well, it's not as, it hasn't dominated, has it, by mobile gaming. Even though it is popular, there's still obviously room, the main consoles, the main gaming, you know, features are things like, you know, Nintendo and Xbox and Sony still dominate the gaming scene essentially, and phones, even though you can game your phone, that's not its purpose essentially.
Yeah, like with most phone games, EA buys up a lot of those little mobile companies. Like you look at like Plants vs Zombies, that's EA now, right?
Ugh, that shit, yeah.
So EA is not going to go anywhere. Ubisoft's not going to go anywhere. You know, those game developers, they might get bought out by Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo.
And D-Dog's saying
right?
in chat
We don't
there,
know.
cloud gaming is how streaming services killed Blu-ray and DVDs. Either jump on or be left behind. Yeah.
Yep. Even Netflix is already running out there. They're doing a cloud gaming service. So that's going to be an extra charge on your Netflix, which is fucking expensive here in Canada to begin with.
Fuck that,
Like it's
man.
$260 a year.
Jesus, man, not worth. Not Netflix is a piece of shit these days, man. Fuck me.
Yeah, Netflix is crap, so fuck that shit. But they're going to come out with the cloud gaming service. Amazon's going to come out with the cloud gaming service. You think Microsoft and Sony are going to, and Nintendo are going to be left behind? Fuck no. They'll do their own.
Yeah,
They already are doing their own, so fuck Phil. Fuck him. It's a bitch.
and he always will be.
Phil's a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right,
forever.
Raven?
will be.
Raven's still there?
Hmm?
Get Raven a call and just say Phil's a bitch.
I think he's busy getting
Make
ready for it,
everybody
man. I think he's busy getting ready for it, yeah, but nobody can fucking say it like he can, that's for damn sure. But thanks for clearing that, man. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Talk to you later.
Catch you later. That was very kind of Prophet there to join the call there. Very appreciated. Good to hear from him and clear things up. As I said, when it comes to kind of tech stuff, he's definitely a person to fucking ask. You know, he knows. It's not just him. Also, I know a few of you guys as well are quite tech-minded. D-Dog, I know, is quite tech-minded as well. You know what I mean? I'm certainly not. So it's always good to try and have somebody kind of say, like, as soon as Phil says something dumb and it's tech-related, you know, and someone's like, hey, I can explain this better if you want me to. I'm always happy to have that option. You know what I mean? And say, okay, on you come, and let's try and cut through Phil's nonsense and say why he's fucking wrong. So yeah, I got sent something by Brian. Brian said that he spotted something in Phil's chat. Ham Chiller in Phil's chat is saying, have we hit bingo yet? So this is a wee screenshot from our bingo, but Phil's chat's like screenshotted there. Apparently Phil's chat are referencing bingo. Oh, they're referencing the tractor content. That won't be allowed. Lean that bastard. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's crack on with our bingo, shall we, guys? Let's just continue on with our bingo fun and games.
By the time you buy the company, maybe video games will be obsolete. Like, Jesus. Anyway. There you go. Now, I would like to talk about a topic this morning that has directly affected me and many, many, many other content creators on YouTube. Alright? It's actually affected me a lot recently. Okay? So, let's talk a little bit about YouTube monetization and how it has changed over the last several years. YouTube keep updating their policy when it comes to monetization, all right? And how this has affected people making content on the site, okay?
Shut up for 1 second, Phil. That is all. Phil's finally properly, in my opinion, scratched his stash, and so I could count it on the board and tick it off. So fantastic stuff. There we fucking go. Phil scratched the moustache. We are 1, 2, 6. We're 6 away. We're 6 away from a full house. Remember, guys, 100 likes will give us a free space. Either here on or Phil's stream as well. Phil's not snorting or burping a whole lot, sadly, so I don't think we're going to get free spaces, sadly, for the snorts and the burps. But sometimes it only takes one free space to confirm a bingo.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. So let me tell you a little story. I've been a YouTuber for 15 years. Back in the day, when you had ads on your videos, it was the Wild West. Anything went. There was no regulation whatsoever. You could literally put out a video of you saying, fart, 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 dick, mick, fuck a fuck. And you could just say it for 10 minutes straight, and you could slap an ad on it, and it's fine. No one cares. Even if it's the most nonsensical garbage, you could make a video and you get ads all over it, and no one would give a shit. Back in the day, we're talking like 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. The ads on YouTube were running like the fucking river of milk and honey. The horn of plenty was exploding with revenue everywhere. It was insane. You could get ads on anything, and they all paid a ton. To give you some perspective on this, all right? On a new release day, I would go to GameStop and I would buy a new game. I would come home and I would film a video that I called Release Day Unboxing. So this was before I was even like a streamer. And I would just set up a camera, and for 15 minutes, I would say, here's the new game. Let's look at the box. Here's what it says on the back. Let's open it. Open it. Oh, here's the game. If there was a booklet or whatever, we look at that. Any packaging. Okay, here's what I'm expecting from the game. All right, guys, let's go play it. 15-minute video. The video would get, let's say, 20 to 30,000 views. Okay? Because back then, I was very popular on YouTube. That video of 20 to 30,000 views would make more money because of ad revenue than the game I bought. You understand? It would pay for the cost of the game. Just the unboxing video.
And this is why Phil made these fucking ridiculous fucking videos. Guys, you've got 100 likes. Thank you very much for getting me 100 likes on the stream. We have earned a free space, and more than the free space, you have earned the Bubbles animation that Pixar Animations so very kindly made.
Oh, yo, that smells really, really good. I love it.
Every fucking time. It is still weird, but still incredible.
That's how prominent ad revenue was back in the day. It was like sky high. So you could dick around and more than pay for anything you were doing. Remember I used to do DSP Tries It? And I would go get a fast food meal that would cost me like $10, $15, make a video, and the video would make me a ridiculous amount of money. And like, well, Phil, why did you, that's why I did those series back then, because it was diversification of my content that actually was paying pretty big. Okay.
That's why I did it back then. Money. Well, let's be fucking real here. You were all about the fucking bag. You like to fucking pretend you've all been about making meaningful fucking content. But at the end of the fucking day, you made as many fucking videos as fucking possible to try and fucking spam YouTube as much as fucking possible because it made you a lot of fucking money. You spammed the ever-living shit out of your fucking channels because of money. Money was a fucking pure motive factor for you to fucking keep making goddamn videos. And it got to the fucking point when anytime your friends wanted to fucking do something with you, you always try to fucking turn it into some sort of fucking video.
Okay. And I would say that persisted probably for a long time, all the way through. Now, what happened was, over the years, a lot of partnership companies and things reduced the amount they were paying. And the reason was that YouTube ad revenue was starting to diminish. Now, that's not because ads were less profitable. It was because there were more content creators. And with more content creators out there, there was more competition for ads, and it wasn't as many high-paying ads. It was more like, less ads because there were more people demanding the ads. It wasn't as plentiful. So there was situations where people's pay was cut. It happened to me twice when I was part of Machinima, where they had direct renegotiations of my contract for less money because ad revenue was reducing on YouTube. There wasn't enough ads to go around, basically, okay? But all the way up until, I would say, early 2017, all right, ad revenue remained at a really great level on YouTube, right, Jasper? You know about this. I told you this story before, right? You're sitting on my lap. Ad revenue remained very, very prevalent on YouTube all the way through early 2017, okay? But then something happened in 2017. Sadly, the days of plenty dried up. Here's what happened, okay? After years and years of unlimited ads and basically YouTube putting ads on everything, advertisers started to actually study what they were getting out of YouTube advertisements. And what they started to find was alarming to them. They were investing these large budgets into YouTube advertising, and they were finding that their ads were becoming increasingly less and less effective. The reason being was that YouTube had absolutely no control over where the ads went. So let's say, for example, you run Starbucks' marketing campaigns, and you decide you're going to buy $1 million ad campaign on YouTube for a new Starbucks drink that's coming out this week. So you just say, here, you guys, please put these ads on your videos, and let's get our product out there. So, these ads run, and then you come to find out they didn't really have any impact on your product. No one really ran out and bought the new drink. I wonder why. So they started doing market research, come to find out, these ads would just go on any video. Some kid looking at a camera going, hey, 2 views, gets the fucking Starbucks ad.
Okay, that's definitely a weird fucking noise, and we're definitely fucking ticking that. That is undeniably one of the weirdest noises Phil could have actually fucking made for us to tick off the fucking weird noise box. Undeniable.
Some kid looking at a camera going, hey, 2 views, gets the fucking Starbucks ad, right? Or, even worse than that, ads that were completely irrelevant. Imagine you're a life insurance company, okay? And you're trying to sell life insurance to adults, and your ads get put on a PewDiePie video where, he's playing a game and screaming at it. Well, how many people watching the PewDiePie videos, him screaming at a game, are going to think about buying life insurance today? Probably not a lot. So the problem was that it wasn't targeted advertising. Instead, it was just advertising thrown against a wall and hope that some of it sticks and someone sees it who's pertinent, but it wasn't effective advertising. Now, the thing that really, the straw that broke the camel's back, as they would say, is that basically they did even further research and found out that their brands were now being advertised and represented on kind of videos that they didn't want their ads on. So, for example, they started finding racist content, okay? Almost content borderlining on outright terrorism, all right? People saying they hate a certain group of people and that...
What do you mean bordering? I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola had some of their fucking ads on like ISIS videos or some pish like that. I'm sure I remember something like that where ISIS fucking content on YouTube had some ads running it from like Coca-Cola or some nonsense. Yeah. Borderline terrorists. What the fuck's this borderline shit? I remember distinctly that was like fucking these fucking terrorist videos had advertisements on them, and that's how they're fucking making money as well, because these fucking videos were getting like attention, and because they had ads in it, they were getting money for it. Phil, as usual, not fucking doing any research whatsoever fucking ever. Listen to it one more time.
And represented on kind of videos that they didn't want their ads on. So, for example, they started finding racist content, okay? Almost content borderlining on outright terrorism, all right? People saying they hate a certain group of people and that they should be, hurt and stuff like that. They found these videos on YouTube and found their ads were being run on those videos. I mean, one of the infamous videos is, I brought up PewDiePie. This one, I feel PewDiePie really got railroaded for no reason, okay? He's in a video, he says the N-word. Now, I don't know the context because I wasn't paying attention. I don't believe there's any context that he should have used that word, all right? I just don't believe he should have used it at all. But this became like the poster example of, here's a big YouTuber using a bad word they shouldn't use, and by the way, his content was fully monetized. So this was the excuse.
No. I'm not going to let Phil away with this one. Just bear with me here. Bear with me here, because I need to find one of my videos that I made. Won't take too long. There. Let me just pull up his video. This is a couple of minutes long. Won't take too fucking long. Okay. So I made this video over a year ago. I'm amazed how well it's actually fucking done this fucking video. This little video of mine that I made, over 10,000 views. Made it December of 2021. DSP, a brief history of the N-word.
What is the YouTube adpocalypse? YouTube adpocalypse is when a certain group of content creators, one of which was very much PewDiePie, but a couple others as well, basically behaved badly on YouTube. And at the very same time that they behaved badly and got into big trouble, like PewDiePie saying the N-word blatantly on YouTube, and it wasn't like, oh, I misspoke and it sounded like I said it and I didn't mean it. No, he outright said it and meant it the way he said it in his video, okay?
Is the funniest shit ever. I swear to God, he accidentally calls Hulk Hogan a nigger. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything. It's the funniest clip ever. You gotta watch it on YouTube. He goes, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. and then he looks all embarrassed because he realized he did it, and he tries to turn away and walk away. It's the funniest clip ever.
Nick Gers is asking, oh my God, it's a freaking racist idiot. But anyway, he's asking if I played any mode versus besides war, and the answer is no, because no, I can't even play any other anything else.
All right, nigga, it's time.
Oh, that's terrible. When stationary, negative 75% damage. That's really bad. Uh-oh. Well, I might have been banned. Yep. It looks like I have been banned from Twitch because I can't broadcast to it. Hateful slurs or symbols. I didn't do a hateful slur or symbol. Nigger. Game Chugger just tipped another $10. I'm compelled to tip you again for another epic moment. Also, we get to see Jingle All the Way animation again. Yes. Arnold Filzenegger. Right?
So yeah, there we go. I made that wee... Phil, you're certainly more prominent of saying that particular word than PewDiePie is. So, you want to fucking run your mouth about goddamn PewDiePie saying that fucking word and hurting your fucking ad revenue? Look in a goddamn mirror for all the toxic bile that you fucking spewed out over the goddamn fucking years. And that's just a fucking one example of one particular word that you've fucking been responsible for fucking saying over and over again. Let's not even get into the fucking homophobic slurs you fucking spouted off as well over the goddamn fucking years.
Where companies like Walmart, Starbucks, all these giant companies spending millions of dollars on YouTube advertisements said, we don't want to do this now because look what the content that you're putting our ads on. You're misrepresenting our companies and what we stand for. We don't want this. And they all pulled their ads. So this happened within like a week's time in early 2017. Ad revenue on YouTube went from usual levels to literally less than half of what you were making. So you'd be putting out a video that's monetized on YouTube. It gets the same amount of views you usually get, and you made less than half as much money. You're like, what just happened? And within a week, everyone started panicking. That's what was called the YouTube adpocalypse, when all these big advertisers put their heads together and started talking collectively and said, we're not getting what we want out of the ads. The ads aren't going to the appropriate parties because there's no way on YouTube to control where ads go. And on top of that, the ads are going on completely inappropriate content that we don't stand for, so we don't want to deal with this anymore, and we're all pulling our ads, okay? So, that's pretty messed up, because it hurt everyone. It wasn't like, oh, this is 1 or 2 people affected. This literally hurt everyone on YouTube who was making a living. And overnight, people had to reassess what they were going to do. Some companies went completely out of business. Some people had said, well, I used to be able to focus just on YouTube content, but I can't do that anymore. Now I have to diversify. I have to focus on streaming. I have to focus on sponsorships. I have to focus on content for my Patreon, because now I can't just make videos and make a living anymore because the ad revenue is less than half, okay? I was one of those people. I was about to go out of business. I couldn't afford anything. And then I decided to become a full-time streamer. And incidentally...
bullshit. You fucking decided to beg. You fucking begged on hand and fucking knee and fucking prove you're a fucking dumbass audience. You fucking begged them profusely. Please, guys, I've got 2 big bills. I need to fucking pay the mortgage bill. I need to fucking pay the tax bill. I've got back taxes to fucking pay. Like, you had so many goddamn fucking shit to beg about. Darks to the Flow made a fucking tune out of it. An absolute banger of a tune. In fact, I'm tempted just to fucking play the goddamn thing. I'm very tempted just to fucking randomly out of fucking nowhere play the goddamn thing of you fucking begging profusely of all the goddamn... You didn't just fucking start streaming and that was it. No, no, no. Hold on. 2 seconds. Hold on. Here we go.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my laugh sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch.
Raise your hands in the air.
50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch.
Raise your hands in the air.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor memes. Bathroom breaks. Playing WWE. Relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. Like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch.
Raise your hands in the air.
50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch.
Raise your hands in the air.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one
Who didn't pay my taxes?
I'm the one.
Me.
I'm the one
Who masturbated in front of children?
I'm the one.
Who got 4th place at Evo?
I'm the one.
With a 10-year legacy?
I'm the one.
Me. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch.
Raise your hands in the air.
50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch.
Raise your hands in the air.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill, the condo fees, my mortgage, my taxes, my back taxes, my current taxes, my state taxes, my federal taxes, my tax attorney, my tax guy, my tax accountant, my bankruptcy lawyer, all of my credit cards, my new setup, and a new laptop, PS5, gin, bowl of ramen, WWE
The bowl of ramen is the most important thing for to pay for, and all that big list there. The bowl of ramen stands out to me as the most important thing in that list. Never mind the PS5, never mind the gin, never mind the WWE Champions. The random bowl of ramen thrown in there for no reason whatsoever was just a fucking... It was the most random curveball right at the fucking end of this tune for us to things that Phil needs that fucking money for. A bowl of ramen. But it's an amazing wee fucking tune. You guys know I fucking love that wee tune. It'll never get old. But anyway, let's just go. I mean, as soon as Phil said that, I was like, oh, I had to go to streaming and fucking make my living that way. And Phil, you went begging. You went full goddamn beg mode. You should have fucking tried to go the same kind of route where you fucking tried to get some sort of kind of sponsorships in some place, whatever, just to fucking say, look, I'm going to fucking do it. Phil he was not willing to sacrifice his fucking pride to fucking try and make sure he had enough money for his family. Instead, he put the fucking burden of the financial responsibility onto his own fan base. And that's a terrible fucking thing to do, to force your own fans to feel bad for not giving you enough fucking money and making that content creator sad because they didn't get enough support. So they're going to fucking talk about it on their content and guilt trip you on their content. This is why Phil is so fucking despised. This is why he's so fucking loathed by so many fucking people, and this is why he's a fucking joke on the internet. Because of these fucking, we've seen so many different cuts throughout the fucking years of Phil just fucking going full beg mode and full fucking salty, toxic rage mode because it was a slow fucking night for him. He takes it out on his audience, he lashes out at his fucking audience. There's several fucking examples of this fucking happening. Look at Phil for the last few days, okay? The last few days that Phil has been fucking making content, he has actually been fucking given, over 4 different streams, he has been given over $1,500. This equates to over $1,500, $1,577 in tips alone from the last 4 days. And yet he's still whining today about monetization on YouTube right now when it comes to swearing. It is never going to be enough money for DSP. Never will it ever be enough for him.
It was during the Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough. I know today I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom, but it was during that Breath of the Wild playthrough where I had to basically adapt and say, I'm going to become a full-time streamer now and see if this will work. And the good news is it did, because here I am 6 years later, still making a living, still going strong. But for every one of me, there was probably 20 people who basically had to quit content creation when the ads dried up. It's pretty messed up, okay? It is. It's a pretty messed up situation. Meanwhile, the biggest YouTubers were never really affected. The biggest YouTubers were able to roll on because they were already rolling dough and they found other opportunities, whether it was sponsorships or whatever, so they kept going. And if you haven't noticed, it's become way more prevalent in the last 5 to 6 years that the big content creators get all these opportunities. Product placement, get a game in advance, get shipped out to a special PR event, because this is now how they're making their living. It's not just about pumping out the videos anymore, it's about having all these other promotional opportunities. But another pattern you may have noticed, in the last several years particularly, all right, is basically because YouTube has now instituted changes to the way that they monetize content, okay? It used to be any video on the planet can get an ad. Doesn't even matter what content it is, the length, whatever you're doing, whatever, it all gets ads. But after the adpocalypse, what YouTube had to do is they had to make several changes. One of the changes they did was that both the content creator and the company buying the ads have control over what kind of ads will run on certain content. Right now, I can actually go into an AdSense account that I have, and I can say, I would like only these particular kind of ads and not these. You have the ability to at least try to block certain ads. Like, let's say, for example, you were a staunch Democrat, and you absolutely positively did not want any kind of conservative or Republican ads on your videos, you should have the ability to turn them off. Of course, you might lose a lot of ad revenue doing that, but you should have the ability to turn off those kind of political ads, okay? Now, for the most part, no one does this. For the most part, everyone just likes everything just roll, okay? But there are some people who have that control and they do execute it, and good on them. You should have the ability to control the advertisements on your content. Now, on the flip side of that, when an advertiser now buys an ad space on YouTube, say, I'm going to spend $1 million campaign, right? What they then do is they have all these criteria they now have to check off, right? What kind of content are you interested in advertising on? What about content that's geared towards adults only? What about content that's geared towards teens? What about content that's sports? What about content that's games? What about content? So you can pick these categories now where you want your ads to actually be shown. So now, ultimately, the advertiser has power, which they never had before, which is why the adpocalypse happened to begin with, okay? But another thing that has happened in the last few years is language, okay? And this has been such a gray area on YouTube and such an issue of contention for a lot of content creators. Because if you're a content creator that is not creating for children, and you speak your mind and you use profanity in what you're saying, all right, chances are, if you use a lot of profanity, your content is not eligible for monetization on YouTube anymore, all right? You know, there's content out there that used to be able to, I'm going to do a review, but I'm going to use the F-bomb a few times. Well, if you use it too many times, your video will get demonetized. If you say a racially charged joke, if you say a joke that has anything to do with gender, if you have a joke that anything could be, anything political, you might get demonetized just for saying that particular thing. Whether or not it even is offensive to anyone, they could demonetize it anyway, all right? In particular, they've changed their rules in the last year to say if you have a video that either in the title of the video, so you say, oh, DSP swears and says the F-bomb, right? That's the title of the video. Just saying it like that might get demonetized. Seriously, even if you don't say the word fuck, you might still get demonetized for just having that in the title, okay? And then in addition to that, in the first few minutes of any video, if you drop an F-bomb, if you say like shit in the first few minutes of a video, YouTube will auto-detect that and demonetize the video. You could have a 5-hour-long video, and as soon as you click record, you're like, oh shit, my microphone screwed up. Can you guys hear me? Oops, you said shit in the first few seconds. Whole 5 hours demonetized. Yeah, that's how YouTube is running things now.
And It's their fucking business. They got every fucking right to fucking run it how they fucking want to wish. Look, I'm so glad I don't have to worry about monetizing my fucking videos because, well let's be honest here, I say fuck way too much, so they probably wouldn't get monetized anyway, so it's not really a fucking big issue. But regardless, so, Phil, if you want to fucking say fuck as much as you fucking want, without YouTube fucking getting pissed off at you and demonetizing you, why don't you just fucking make your content elsewhere? You're boring the crap out of everyone, Phil, with this fucking talk. It's not a very interesting news topic. Boo fucking who, you fucking want to swear more often and get paid more by YouTube. Just swear less or go elsewhere.
In addition, hot topics. For example, things like sexual abuse, trafficking, any kind of like sexualized content in general seems to have been a red flag on YouTube, where when you say those things, you get demonetized, okay? So you might have noticed in the last few years, certain bigger content creators who used to say things such as, oh my god, you know, sex scandal, now say spicy scandal. They literally won't say the word sex anymore. Like, the word is banned from YouTube because they're so afraid of saying it that they're gonna get demonetized. I've actually seen gamers doing playthroughs, and if it says fuck, or if it says, you know, ass, or if it says shit, they literally put another word in there. They do, they'll say another word. I'm like, you can just say what it said in the game? You know, no, they actually edit, they censor themselves in what they're saying in the hopes that their video won't get demonetized if they have a swear word in there. Now, you may have noticed in my content, this has not really affected anything. I've pretty much stayed true to who I am. If I'm going to swear, I'm going to swear. And that's just who I am, and I'm not going to change who I am after 15 years to try to get more monetization on my videos. But there's many different reasons for that. Okay, reason number one, I am prolific. I put out a lot of content. In a week's time, I have 6 straight days of full-time gaming and streaming. I'm putting out tons of videos. Even if a third of my videos get demonetized this week, I still got a lot more. Plus, I have a 15-year body of work, out of which, arguably 13 years of which are monetized. So every single day, I'm not kidding you, videos on DSP Gaming, as well as my other archive channels, whatever, they all get demonetized on a daily basis. This algorithm is constantly running, finding naughty words it doesn't like, and demonetizing videos. So I would argue that probably if you said I uploaded 80, 90,000 videos in 15 years, probably, I'm not kidding, half of those are probably demonetized by now. I'm serious. Well, at the same time, when you have so much content out there, it's not that big of a deal. If I was someone who put out 1 video a day, or even worse, one of these content creators who only does curated, edited content, like what if you're only putting out 1 video a week, and it's a really long edited video, and now immediately you upload it demonetized because you swore in it? You just wasted a week's worth of your time and hard work. How are you supposed to make a living, right? So the good news is, for my formula, being a prolific content creator, constantly pumping out content, it doesn't really affect me. But
basically, quantity has beaten quality until gained the system.
For other people, it could massively affect them, which is why you may have noticed bleeping of words, changing of words, saying things in a weird and different way that doesn't even sound right. That's because they're trying to protect their content. I can't really blame anyone for doing that. I completely understand and empathize with these people, because if you're working your ass off to put out something meaningful for an audience and you're trying to make a living doing it, and then to be told after the fact, oh, because you said a naughty potty mouth word, you can never make any money on this video. Like, what the heck? That is insane. At least, here's the funny part about it that I think. How much content on this planet is considered for adults but monetized? Are you telling me there's no TV-14, TVM, rated R movies that make money? Really? You don't think there's any of that? You don't think?
Not really on YouTube, probably. No, not unless it's some sort of agreement or something like that. Well, every single one of your videos is marked as child-friendly.
There's an audience for that? I mean, obviously there is. And the thing that gets me is that there very well might be advertisers on YouTube that are totally okay with swears in content, as long as it's not over the top, let's say, you know, vulgar, insulting, disgusting, as long as it's in good faith, you know, in good jest. Maybe a reviewer who's a little angry says the F-bomb a few times or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's advertisers who'd be okay with that. But it sure seems to me YouTube just doesn't really care, because these criteria are across the board. There is an algorithm running that auto-detects these things in a video, and when it does, you just get demonetized, regardless of if even you flagged your video and said, hey, I want my video to be adults only. YouTube doesn't really care. They'll still demonetize your video anyway, okay? Now, where this really affects me recently is YouTube Shorts, because YouTube Shorts, all right, at most are allowed to be a minute long. Now, I want you to think about this criteria. YouTube is saying within the first few minutes of any video, you can't swear. If you swear within the first few minutes of any video you upload, instant demonetization, okay? But wait a minute. YouTube Shorts are only a minute long. So if I swear in a YouTube Short, that's definitely within the first few minutes of the video. There's only a minute of the video. So guess what? This blanket thing that should really only be applied to long-form content is applied to YouTube Shorts. So if you're making a YouTube Short and you swear in it, you are immediately demonetized. And on top of that, when you get demonetized, you also get kicked out of the algorithm. So a YouTube Short that may be a great piece of work that's entertaining, but it has shit in it, literally will never get seen by the masses on YouTube.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Major. Super Chat says, what led to this topic? Well, let me tell you. 5 minutes before Phil was due to go live on the stream, he had a fucking great idea, apparently, to fucking upload some sort of Zelda short to his channel. But sadly for him, it wasn't allowed because basically most of the fucking clip was Phil saying shit a whole fucking lot. He thought it would have been fucking great to have added, but YouTube would not allow him to fucking upload it and monetize it. Therefore, it has led to this whole fucking rant about Phil wanting to monetize sweary content on YouTube. That's essentially why we've got this fucking topic right now. Because Phil wanted to upload a random short, he thought it would have fucking been funny, but because he swore too much in it, and because him bleeping it out would have fucking just made it one constant long ass noise of him being bleeped, he didn't bother. So, he's not happy because of that, and so we have this rant.
That may be a great piece of work that's entertaining, but it has shit in it. Literally will never get seen by the masses on YouTube. It immediately just, you might as well have not have made it unless you only care about your hardcore audience seeing it. Alright? Now let's be honest. In the case of making a YouTube short, you're probably doing it to try to get your channel to get exposure, right? Your core audience already knows about the content you're putting out. When you're doing a YouTube short, you're trying to do a small digestible clip of something that maybe someone who doesn't know who you are would eventually see in the algorithm and say, oh, that's interesting, I like that, I'll go check out the channel. But if you're immediately getting demonetized and essentially kicked out of any search algorithm because you swore in a short, you might as well have never made the short, alright? So, case in point. The other day I'm playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on launch day. And people said, oh, here's some good examples of shorts that you should do. I couldn't do any of them. Alright? I actually had 3 different ideas for shorts. And every single one that I came up with, I swore in the clip. The best one, actually, was me having the metal bird. When you're up in the Sky Islands, there's a metal bird, you stand on it, and you glide off this ledge, and you start flying on it, essentially. What I didn't realize is that the metal bird is timed and will completely disappear for no good reason after a certain amount of time. It starts blinking, and then poof, and then you fall and die. And I was like, well, that's definitely a thing you wouldn't know. It's a beginner's trap. That's a classic case of a beginner's trap. Why would you have thought that a piece of metal you're gliding on just would disappear from existence? It doesn't make sense. It's just something you need to know. So, as I'm doing it, I'm enjoying myself, and I'm, wow, look at all this, and all of a sudden it starts blinking. I say, wait a minute, why is it blinking? Uh-oh, and then it disappears, and I go, oh, shit, as I careen, and then turn into a flattened link.
Hold on. That could be a good thumbnail right there. I've kind of ignored a lot of these potential thumbnails already, but Phil shaking his jowls saying shit could be a good potential thumbnail. So, let's see.
Oh, and then it disappears, and I go, oh shit.
Let's just see. Let's just test it. Hold on. There's a face right there, potentially. What do you think? Should we try this one, or should we keep looking? Should we keep looking or try this one? This one is not too bad. It's not too bad, this one. I don't know. We'll keep looking. Oh god. There's a possible one. Fuck me, man. Oh, we have a jiggle there. Nice wee jiggle there. What is this?
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells. So Super Chat says, why would you assume it'll last forever? Sounds like a DSP pitfall. Precisely. Phil is never fucking prepared for the potential problems that fucking the future will bring to him. Also, this thumbnail. I think this is the best I think we can manage here. This one right here. This is a bizarre wee face. I like it's just so weird. Why is one snort sack more prominent than the other? It's because of the fucking amount of jiggle going from left to right. So what's going on there? Hold on. I don't know, hold on, let's see, hold on. Can we get any more potential clips here? Nope. What the hell? What the hell happened here? Hold on, what about this one? This one's a possibility, hold on. So, first of all, hold on. 2 seconds, I'm having way too much fun with this, sorry. So, we have this one here as a possible one. This one here is a possibility. I think it's in contention, okay? But this one here, we can't discount this one. This one's a really weird one. Yeah, it looks like he's fucking melting here. What in the hell? Let's see how this one turns out. So, I've got that one there, but we also have this wee gem. Jesus Christ. Why not use both? Yeah, I could use both. There we go. One in the left, one in the fucking right. There we go. I'll probably end up using fucking both. They're both very fucking good. And they both cropped it quite well, which is fucking good. How much are you looking at? Dex has gifted 1 membership. Isn't it an amazing day to be for Burnell? Fucking hooray for that. Let's crack on with a bingo.
As I careen, and then turn into a flattened link pancake. It's really funny. It was probably the best part of the entire run so far of Zelda, because it was just a wow, like a moment you wouldn't have predicted, who would have known it would happen, and then it happened. It was funny. My reaction's funny. And so, go to do the short, can't make it. Why? Because I yelled shit. And if you mute it, it's literally just muted for a good 5 to 10 seconds as I'm falling, and it sounds terrible. So either I leave shit in, and now no one will see the short besides a very small amount of viewers in my core audience who already likely have seen the video and already know about this moment, or I mute it, and it sounds absolutely terrible, and it's not funny anymore. So essentially what YouTube is doing with this censorship is they're ruining content. They are making it so that content that normally would have been funny, or honest, or wow.
Phil, you ruined it by fucking swearing, you silly fucking dick. YouTube are ruining... No, Phil, it's your content. This is your content. And what happened to fucking want to cultivate a fucking, you know, your content and curate your curated, specially selected fucking audience? And I swear, yesterday, Phil's going on about he doesn't want to fucking grow, he doesn't want to go viral, he wants to fucking maintain his little core, little group of fans that he has supporting him, that wee community he's fucking built. That was what he was saying yesterday. Today, he's fucking bitching and whining about not being able to fucking monetize a YouTube short to try and get more people to go viral. Make up your fucking mind what you want, you dumb bastard. Also, YouTube aren't ruining your content, you are ruining your content. You done it to yourself because you can't help yourself, you're a sweary bastard. Don't swear as fucking much, and then maybe you can fucking make these precious wee shorts. Be entertaining without being a sweary bastard. I can't do that, that's why I swear a lot.
Oh, here's a honest moment of how to react to something, becomes junk. And you can never highlight it as a YouTube short. What ends up happening is, YouTube shorts end up having to be almost like what's the word? Sterilized content, right? Like YouTube shorts can't have anything to do risque, can't have anything. Even, for example, when I was playing Callisto Protocol, all right? So in Callisto Protocol, obviously, as you know, it's a survival horror game. There's a lot of gore. There's a lot of gory animations and things in it. There was one case where I actually got kind of like cornered by a bunch of enemies, and they all came after me, and I didn't realize this, and they just it was a funny moment because I was like, oh no, my reaction is funny. I didn't swear, but the video got demonetized anyway. Why? Violence. Violence. It's a fucking survival horror game. Of course there's violence, and there's an audience for that. So as long as I'm tagging it properly and saying Callisto Protocol, and they know it's a survival horror game, why can't I have a short of Callisto Protocol? No, it's too violent. So no one can ever do a short of Callisto Protocol? Because what else is there of value in the game? The fucking main character picking his nose in the prison? Oh, look, there's no violence in this. Look, you got a big goober. Like, what are you talking about? And that's what I mean. Like, again, with YouTube, they're always like to the extreme. First, when they started with the ads, it was the land of milk and plenty. Everything overpays an insane amount. Give ads to every person on the planet. I don't even care what content you're putting out. Make a video that's racist, sexist, terrorist, and we'll monetize it, and you can make money and make a living on YouTube. But then that blows up in their face, and within a few years, the door has to swing the other way to the extreme. Now you can't swear, you can't talk about gender, you can't talk about race, you can't talk about politics, you can't talk about this and this and that. What the fuck? So you went from one extreme to the other. How about the happy medium where everyone can meet where reality is? Because that's the problem in life. You can't have it all the way one way or all the way the other way. The reality is that we have to find a medium place to meet and have things that make sense. What YouTube has done doesn't make sense. You're telling me the only shorts I can put out are these really crappy, boring ones where I can't even say a swear word ever. Like, what the hell is that? You know?
Is Phil saying that he cannot be entertaining without swearing? Is that what he's admitting to here? Oh, bless Phil for fucking having the balls to admit that to his audience, that he cannot be entertaining to them without being a sweary little fuckboy. Oh, but one more time, Phil, please admit your fucking limited fucking entertainment abilities to your audience one more time, please.
To meet and have things that make sense. What YouTube has done doesn't make sense. You're telling me the only shorts I can put out are these really crappy, boring ones where I can't even say a swear word ever. Like, what the hell is that? You know? And it's weird because this also happens with culture, all right? In culture, you have these time periods where things will swing one way, swing the other way, swing one way. When I started on YouTube, you could say whatever the hell you wanted. In fact, it was actually encouraged that you would be extreme.
No, I'm not, Phil. Are you fucking about to genuinely try and tell us all right now that YouTube encouraged you to say the N-word and drop homophobic slurs? Are you really going to try and tell everyone that right now, that you would never have said it, but you were encouraged to say these things by daddy YouTube?
Dream and say ridiculous things that were over the top. That's what would get you attention on YouTube. To say something really insulting, to say something really inflammatory. That's the kind of commentary I was doing in my early days on YouTube, because that's what got you, noticed, right? And then all of a sudden, culture changes. Well, now that's all offensive content, Like, well, wait a minute. Well, I was doing it for 3-4 years there because people liked it. Oh, that was offensive. You're a horrible person for doing it. But during the time, everyone got the joke and said it wasn't offensive. Well, now it is. Oh, okay. So now we got to change, right? And that's what happens. Is these things change from time to time. They swing back and forth. I want to know when we're going to get to the level where people can be smart and not have to go all the way one way or all the way the other, but actually just kind of be real, but not extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm playing Zelda and a funny thing happens, I should be able to swear, and I should still be able to make money on the video where I swear. Now, if you don't want to see that kind of content, you should have the ability to filter it out, and that's fine. But why are you telling me that I can't be myself, right? Now, there's a difference between being yourself and being purposefully offensive, correct? And obviously, I don't want to be purposefully offensive either, just to get popular. You know, people do that. They'll go on YouTube and they'll go over the top ridiculous one way or the other to try to get that viewership and try to get that crazy amount of polarizing attention. But, you know, I just want to be real. You tell me I have to censor myself in order to try to make a living on YouTube? I don't feel that's fair, all right? And I know, saying that, a lot of people will be like, well, what do you think about the people who say fucked up stuff about you? Well, you know what? As long as what they're saying isn't incredibly harmful, they should be able to say it. You should be...
Well, your definition of harmful is us being honest. When we are being honest and we're showing evidence of you being a dick, you call it fucking, you know, ridiculously horrible things, we should be allowed to tell the fucking truth to people without you fucking blowing a goddamn gasket.
Be able to criticize, you should be able to insult, you should, all right? But not to the point where it gets downright slanderously harmful or so defamatory that you now make someone actually not be able to have a living because you made so many people hate them because you lied about them. That's a little...
Phil, if you can fucking prove any fucking way at all, we fucking lied about you, we'll fucking own up to it. But the fact of the matter is, we are fucking dead right about it, and you can't do a goddamn thing about it. You spent 5 hours trying to convince people that you were not a liar, and all that fucking happened was you fucking cemented and sealed your fate as a fucking serial liar. You fucking got Stuttering Craig traumatized for fucking life because you fucking rambled and lied about the fucking email situation, pretending he fucking said all these horrible things in emails when he had receipts to fucking debunk your ass right then and there and fucking challenged you to fucking just talk to him live right then and there to hash it out. You ran the fuck away. He extended the fucking, you know, the opportunity to fucking talk out right then and there to try and clear up shit, and you ran the fuck away.
A little different, you understand? But freedom of speech goes both ways, and yeah, people should be able to swear, people should be able to talk about these risque topics if they want, as long as the content is flagged appropriately, and the advertisers can choose whether or not they choose to advertise on said content. I do not believe there should be a blanket law on YouTube saying, oh, you swore in the first 30 seconds of your video, you can never make money on that video ever. What? What? How does that even make sense, right? Or you can literally never have a YouTube short with a swear in it, it'll never be seen by anyone. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You know, again, you know what that's like? You're in class, or imagine you're back in elementary school, all right? So you're sitting there in elementary school, right?
Careful, Phil, you're going to turn Derek on.
Right? And the teacher's back is turned against the wall. And some kid who's an asshole decides he's going to take a rubber band and he's going to pull this back and he's going to snap the rubber band at the teacher's head. Now everyone sees it happening, all right? And he goes, snap, and he hits the teacher in the back of the head. And the teacher turns around infuriated and says, the entire class gets detention. Huh? Why? Because I'm the teacher and you abuse me, entire class gets detention. But we didn't do it. Too bad. Group punishment. Everyone gets detention. Right? Like, what? That's essentially what YouTube is doing. Are there people who have done bad things on YouTube and likely should either be demonetized or have their content monitored for monetization? Yes. Does that mean the entire site should be punished for the work of a few people who have been bad apples? No. But that's how YouTube operates. It's either all or nothing. It's extreme this way or extreme that way. And that's really what I don't understand. You know, you're punishing everyone for the acts of a few small bad actors, and now everyone had to change in 2017.
That is a shite analogy, and you fucking explained it very shite and all. Phil fucking meant to say he had his fucking back to the class, but instead he said his back to the fucking wall. If the teacher had his back to the wall, he'd be facing his class, which means that to fucking hit the teacher in the back of the fucking head while he's facing you is a very impressive feat indeed. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't give that kid attention. I would fucking say, hey, that's a great fucking shot, kid. Well done, but, you know, don't do it again. The kid did not have his fucking back. That's what I'm saying. Brian was pointing out, saying he got the directions wrong. There's no way you hit a teacher in the back of the head when the teacher's with his back against the wall. So yeah, Phil, as usual, with a terrible fucking analogy to fucking try and explain something very poorly.
It's a pretty bad situation that's been going on for years and years, and sadly, I hate to say it, it's just getting worse. It seems like now you do have to kind of walk on eggshells. Like I said, for me, here's the good news. I don't care. I'm not making the vast majority of my income on ad revenue. So if half my videos a day get demonetized, it's definitely not the end.
If you don't fucking care, then why spend 20 fucking minutes talking about it?
The world for me. But for those who depend on that revenue to make a living, like, I mean, take a look at some of these documentarians. You know, someone like June the King, someone like Frederick Knudsen. You know, these videos that we've watched, that if they can't make ad revenue on those videos, they're absolutely missing out. You know, they're absolutely losing a lot of income because that's a lot of time and work. What about Angry Joe, who works his ass off to make a high-end, skit-filled, effect-filled, scripted review? Listen, personally, I didn't find the reviews that I've seen of his funny. That doesn't mean I don't respect the guy for the amount of work ethic he has and the content that he puts out. That's not fair that his video should be demonetized because he swore in it. That's insane. That's ridiculous, you know? So I'm with these people who sadly are being affected by this nonsense. This should not be happening at all. And I actually feel like YouTube sadly is you know, slowly but surely kind of going to this, well, we don't care about the personal touch of anything, you know, we're just gonna make these giant sweeping automated changes and you just deal with it. And that's sad. You know, so many things on YouTube are abused on a daily basis. I mean, particularly with me, copyright recently. Blatantly false copyright claims hitting the channel. They were outright fake. You could tell they were outright fake claims that were not real. And YouTube didn't care. that's just sad. Because people could have entire livelihoods ruined by broken automated systems, you know? Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I know for a fact people were like, gee, why did Phil not make any YouTube shorts of Zelda so far? I had multiple ones in mind, and I can't make them. It's stupid. I would love to have a couple YouTube shorts on here, but they have swears in them. Like, I can't even do that, right? It's dumb. And by the way, I will say this because now Dave Baxter is saying something stupid. He's saying PewDiePie ruined YouTube. PewDiePie did not ruin YouTube, all right? That's stupid to say. Now, was he kind of irresponsible in what he was doing in his video? Yeah, he was. Or stream. I don't even know what it was at this point. But yes, it was irresponsible to do what he did. But here's the thing. Everyone makes mistakes, all right? And everyone has the right to atone for them, right? And I don't think that that's something that PewDiePie has continued to do. If he made one slip or one mistake, he has the right to do that and then apologize for it and come back. That doesn't mean that the entire site should be changed because of it. You understand? And really, he was made the scapegoat in that situation when the demonetization happened in 2017. A lot of people...
You're on that bandwagon, Phil. Don't fucking make me play the goddamn video again. The start of the fucking video. Oh my god. Fuck off, man. Oh, was joining in the fucking bandwagon of making PewDiePie the scapegoat here. I want to hear him fucking explain this. I want to hear him fucking trying to explain this and fucking pretend he was not involved in fucking being, saying that. Go on, Phil. Please impress me with a fucking retconning.
One slip or one mistake, he has the right to do that and then apologize for it and come back. That doesn't mean that the entire site should be changed because of it. You understand? And really, he was made the scapegoat in that situation when the demonetization happened in 2017. A lot of people pointed the finger at him, saying, oh, well, you were the face of YouTube gaming, and you did that. And by the way, he lost a lot. Did you know he lost his entire YouTube gaming sponsorship? He had, excuse me, not YouTube gaming, YouTube Red. He had back then YouTube Premium was called YouTube Red. He had these shows that he had actually made for YouTube Red that they canceled. He had them completely filmed and in post-production, and YouTube just said, well, you said the N-word, canceled it all. He had a contract with Disney, canceled. Because he made one mistake. That's messed up. Like, really, and again, you shouldn't have everyone punished because one person made one mistake, right? That's insanity. Like, what is this world we're living in?
But you also pointed a finger of blame towards PewDiePie. You joined in on that bandwagon of saying it was their fucking fault. Phil, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to find the video and play it. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I'm going to play just the start of it.
What?
Okay? So, here's what Phil said about PewDiePie. Is this Phil joining in the bandwagon here?
What is the YouTube adpocalypse? YouTube adpocalypse is when a certain group of content creators, one of which was very much PewDiePie, but a couple others as well, basically behaved badly on YouTube. And at the very same time that they behaved badly and got into big trouble, like PewDiePie saying the N-word blatantly on YouTube, and it wasn't like, oh, I misspoke and it sounded like I said it and I didn't mean it. No, he outright said it and meant it the way he said it in his video.
So there we go. That's Phil wouldn't point the finger of blame at PewDiePie or whatever. He was involved in pointing the finger of blame at PewDiePie. No. Yes, he was. Yes, he damn well was. Yeah, absolutely. Joined in the bandwagon, pointing the finger of blame, mainly and squarely at PewDiePie for fucking being irresponsible on YouTube. Which Phil would never be. Phil's never irresponsible on YouTube, is he? Of course, God no, never. Oh my god, that fucking face.
You know, God forbid that you act like a human and you do something stupid once, you know? And the thing is, thank God PewDiePie's big enough, didn't matter, right? He's so big, he still retained an audience, he's still filthy rich to this day, it doesn't matter. But the problem is everyone else suffered because he was a human and made a mistake. That is so dumb, man.
Not the envy in Phil's voice there. Not the envy in Phil's voice there talking about PewDiePie. Not just it didn't affect it. You know, Phil called him filthy rich. Filthy rich. Listen again.
And the thing is, thank God PewDiePie's big enough, didn't matter, right? He's so big, he still retained an audience, he's still filthy rich to this day, it doesn't matter. But the problem is everyone else suffered because he was a human and made a mistake. That is so dumb, man. I just hate that whole idea, that whole system. But anyway, now I digress. That was a long time to talk about that, but I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about it. Let you know, I have plans. I think I would love to put out new shorts for you every day. Funny stuff. I have funny stuff for Zelda. I can't even do it. It's like I can't even put out the short. It's not going to work for YouTube because YouTube is so dumb with the way that they're operating, right? Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that little segment. And now let's move on to shoutouts. All right. We start off with Jeremy Kyle, who we have this.
Oh, slow down. Sorry, for shoutouts, I need to slow down to 1.25 because Phil reads them out quite fast. So here we go. Time for shoutouts.
For 8 months this morning and said no Zelda spoilers for me. I'm going to stay for the podcast and enjoy. No problem. If you're someone who's actively playing Tears of the Kingdom and you don't want to be spoiled on Zelda, I completely understand. Keep in mind, most people are way ahead of me. I've only played 7 hours since the game released on Friday. You guys are likely way ahead of me. Today is literally my first step into the real open world, while everyone else has been playing this all weekend. So likely you're all behind me, all right? Or you're all ahead of me. I'm way behind all of you is what I meant to say. So I don't think there would be many spoilers for most people, but understood. You don't want spoilers. Hopefully you'll come back for the other content, okay? Now, on the tip side of things, let's get started. First of all, this morning, there was a $20 tip from Game Trekker, and he's actually talking about Tears of the Kingdom. So let's actually get Game Trekker on the leaderboard. Let's see what he has to say.
Full disclosure, Phil is over $100 right now, live. So just in case you want to know. Also, I will be back in a minute. I need to go for a pish. I need a wee quick bathroom break, but I'm going to keep playing the bingo. You guys listen out for things in the card.
Because usually we hear from Game Tracker when it comes to my React content, but it seems like he wants to speak about my Tears of the Kingdom run so far. Why is this not typing? There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and let's get a nice animation for Game Tracker. There we go. All right, let's see what Game Tracker has to say. I hope that Tears of the Kingdom is treating you well. I would love to be attending your streams of it, but besides the fact that my schedule still doesn't really allow for me to watch live at all, I've been spending pretty much all my free time playing this game myself. It's pretty darn good. Here's some support for your playthrough, which I will eventually watch on demand. Actually, just now I've watched part 1. I want to share a couple tips. First of all, did you find out that you can swap X and B? So, essentially what he's saying is, dodge would now be B, and jump, no, and then, I'm trying to think what I use X for. I don't even remember what X does in the game at this point. But no, wait a minute. X is basically what B should be. Right, because I was saying, oh, in Elden Ring, you could use this button to do this, and in this game, it's different, right? So, okay. I figured you could change it, but the thing is, I'm trying to use the default scheme if I'm actually going to play the game.
I'm back. What did I miss? I'm back. Apparently, Phil said on demand. Did Phil say on demand? I'm getting told to wake up. I went for a pish. I went for a very quick fucking pish. I couldn't fucking wait until the end of the stream. I was busting for a pish. Phil said on demand. I'll trust you guys. I'll take it. And we have no bingo. Thank you very much for listening out to me. Prophet is trying to claim on demand, comment, and Q&A. I don't know if I believe that. Toxic Cherry just tries to have got a full house. I don't know if I believe that. I believe on demand, and that's all about a fucking that's all about a believe. I'm not quite believing the other ones.
Game and give it a fair shake. I should be playing what's the default layout, so I'm going to stick with that. He says, I found out the game was not going to force me to get used to jumping with X. Right, because jumping is X, which is a weird button for it. The top button is the jump. Like, that's so odd. Alright, second. Something the game takes ages to properly explain is how to throw a material, which is especially useful for using bright bloom seeds underground. You use right bumper and then up on the D-pad. R will normally let Link throw his weapon, but while up on the D-pad, you can grab a material instead. So what you're saying, Game Tracker, is, for example, when I was in a dark cave, and I was using the bright bloom, and I was using arrow, I didn't have to waste an arrow. What you're saying is I could have just thrown the bright bloom. Fair enough. I'll have to remember that when we get to darker areas. Right now, I'm going to try to stay on the overworld today, I think, if I can. But I guess I will have to think about that and try to remember that, because obviously I don't want to be wasting arrows if I don't have to. So thank you for that tip. Thank you for the monetary tip, and thank you for the gameplay tip. Thank you for both, Game Tracker. Okay, now let's continue on. Let's see what we got here today. So I got a $1 tip from an anonymous tipper. Oh no, it's not. It's from Hotel Dude. He says, I'm here. I have a small contribution today. Let's keep the hype and streak alive. You keep spitting truth. Enjoy your Zelda streams. Thank you so very much to Hotel Dude.
Keep spitting truth? When the fuck does Phil start spitting fucking truth? Because all I fucking see him spit these days is fucking bullshit and lies non-stop on a fucking daily basis.
For a $1 tip. I appreciate that. Alright, I got another... Let's see here. Here it is. Alright, so... I received a $50 tip.
Oh, a fucking surprise.
From Jinx. Thank you so much to Jinx for an early large tip. Let's get that going. Let's get him up on the leaderboard. Now, just keep in mind that this is all an evil conspiracy, that Jinx is actually a supervillain who's working in cahoots with the League of Super Detractors, and they're working behind the scenes on several different downfall attempts, as well as evil documentaries with several other heinous individuals. And they talk on their secret Discord every night about this and laugh intently about how they're going to orchestrate my downfall. Every day this happens, apparently, according to certain people. So there you go. Oh, by the way, Jinx is also Only Iced Coffee, but Jinx is also Planet Jeff at the same time. Which is interesting.
No. Planet Jeff is 1 minute, man. Come on, Phil, get your lore straight.
Interesting. But they're also orchestrating my downfall. I just thought you guys should know that. The nonsense that I hear every day is great.
All I try to insinuate that is someone who's fucking giving you hundreds of dollars every fucking day. That person might be committing some sort of fucking financial fraud. As somebody that works for a bank, And this is something that the fucking blue, random fucking person you don't fucking recognise apparently, is giving you hundreds of fucking dollars at the fucking blue, randomly, every single fucking day. It's extremely suspicious, Phil. And I'll just say you'd be a better fucking place to fucking treat it with a lot of suspicion and care. The alternative is, if you're not fucking doing that, it means you probably fucking know exactly who the fuck it is, which means, of course, it's a fucking sock account.
Anyway, thank you, Jinx, for a $50 tip. Let's see what Jinx has to say. He says, I'm excited. No, he says, let's kick off the stream right. Excited for Zelda. And I got to say, these people are getting desperate. I don't know why I don't believe that you would actually have real supporters that love your content. No problem, Jinx.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with fucking... Some people unironically love Phil's content. Some people actually fucking are a fan of Phil unironically. Each to their own. It is what it fucking is. But I'm calling it the strange fucking spending that I'm seeing. It's fair. As somebody that, as I'm saying, I'm used to fucking looking out for these fucking things anyway on a daily fucking basis for my work. There is suspicious spending activity going on here. A random person at the fucking blue who's never been around before, apparently, is fucking all of a sudden dropping hundreds of dollars per day for one person, for their content. It's like, it's something that's a bit quite suspicious there. Very fucking suspicious. So, it's natural for me to be suspicious about that shit and say that does not seem right. I would be very careful with that.
Again, by the way, you're the same person. You understand that, right? Like, there's only one person who is contributing all this time. It's a single person contributing. So, Jinx is, Planet Jeff is, Only Iced Coffee is, Vidar Viking, remember him? They're all the same. Oh, by the way, Swaggins used to contribute, so you also must be Swaggins. Okay.
I love how pissed off and wound up it gets Phil though. All these, some detractor series are made purely to wind up Phil, and he fucking bites the bait every time. He fucking snaps at that bait every time, and he's fucking just losing. He's so goddamn unhinged right now and so paranoid, and he just fucking buys into it, man. He just like, cannot help himself. Most content creators would be so happy and positive about these kind of contributions, you know, all these fucking amazing tips coming in. But Phil is just fucking doubling down and all the detractor conspiracy theories, and he's just going fucking mental. So basically, he's just basically inviting us all to fucking say it more just because we know it annoys him so fucking much.
Okay. And Game Trekker. You're all the same person. I don't know if you realize this. You ever see that movie, starring, whoa, God, what was his name? The guy from, I can't remember his name. Oh, John Cusack. You ever seen the movie where John Cusack is interacting with all these people at a hotel?
Nope.
And you come to find out that it's all just personalities in a crazy guy's head?
Nope.
So apparently you are the crazy guy who has like 14 different personalities. So you come to the stream and you contribute under different identity. Oh, that's the name of his identity? Oh, you are the different identities of the same person, but you tip and you contribute under different names. That's what this is. It's not different people. It's all the same person constantly. So we got to clear the air there. Okay. Let's continue. All right. See, I agree. Someone just hit me $1. It says, you judge PewDiePie for his past, but he matured like yourself. I guess you didn't listen to what I actually said. You actually did not listen to a word I just said, did you? I said, I feel that PewDiePie should not be the scapegoat. He should not be held accountable for the downfall of YouTube gaming and the demonetization of YouTube. Everyone makes mistakes. And just because he made one like that doesn't mean that everyone else should have suffered and then he should have been the target. I actually completely, I'm doing what you're not saying. I'm defending him because I think it's bullshit that he did get the flack that he did at that time. All right? I think it's really messed up, you know? And he got all these shows that he lost and everything on top of that. He lost a Disney contract. It's like, it's dumb. So I'm sorry. I'm the opposite of what you just said, actually. Okay. Let's see here. So from Boy, B-O-I, Boy, it is $6.66 tip, okay? Boy. My flaming booty. Good Lord, give me a bucket of ice or something. Actually, I don't know if ice would work. Maybe a bucket of water. Or maybe a fire extinguisher. Or maybe just some, I don't know, some Tums or something.
Just let the fucking pig burn.
But anyway, it says, do you think the God of War series is over now or will it continue? Are you crazy? There's absolutely, positively no way God of War is over. It is absolutely continuing. The last two games were insane bestsellers. There's no way they'll end it there. The story's not done, right? We still got a ways to go in the story. Even though the story of the Norse gods is done, I guarantee you it will continue. You know, Atreus is going to go off and have his own plot. And then you're going to have Kratos possibly. I would say they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to split it, and so Atreus will have his own games while Kratos will have his games continuing, or you're going to have a split plot line in the next one where they go on their own adventures, but then they end up intersecting later on or something like that. I could definitely see that happening, okay? What is it, Jasper Kitty? What is it? You're staring at me. What is it? Okay. I believe I received another tip. Hold on. I just have to check because there were some troll tips mixed in here today that I'm ignoring. Yep. It's just nonsense. Ignore the nonsense. Okay. Jasper Kitty, you must come off me now. You're being silly. Okay. Good stuff. Jade says, I vote for Elden Ring or Zelda, but I love Star Wars. All bugs, we get him sick. He loves Star Wars except for the bugs. I see what you're saying. You know what, Jade, thank you for reminding me. Shall we check on the poll and see how it's doing? So that poll now has been running for about an hour, right? Well, let's see. Let's see how it's going here. Audio object, you've now been timed out twice. If you bring up drama one more time, I will permanently ban you from the chat. I'm trying to be nice, but that's twice in a fucking row in the stream that you derailed it.
But you're bringing up drama yourself regularly. You're fucking talking about detractor stuff and all. And you're letting fucking Jinx as well talk about detractor stuff. His fucking message to you involved talking about detractor stuff. Why is it one rule for Jinx and not another rule for... No, for fuck's sake.
With drama, which it says right there in the pinned comment. So if you're that dumb, I can't help you. You're going to be out of here. Okay? All right. What an idiot. Okay. How's the poll doing? With 261 votes so far, here's how the poll is going. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 52% of the vote. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, 30% of the vote. And the Elden Ring Glintstone Magic Run, 18% of the vote. So right now, Zelda is far in the lead, which is fine, because today, like I said, we're doing open world exploration. Maybe by the end of today's stream, we can maybe get on track for one of the major things coming up, which I'm assuming is a dungeon. They said there's 4 of them, correct? So maybe today, we do a lot of exploration, and maybe by tomorrow, we can actually get to a major dungeon and try out one of the new ones and see what they're like in this game, because I have no clue what they're like. We'll see. But anyway, this is very early. This is only 1 hour the poll's been running. Please vote if you haven't. Head to the main channel page here of DSP Gaming, the community tab. Only 261 votes. Way more opportunity for people to vote over the course of the next 24 hours. So, well, I guess 23 hours now. So please vote, and we'll see how it goes. It sucks there was no way for me to set that for time. You know, they said that you could do timed polls, but the option's not on there. So I don't know where we're supposed to do it. Okay, hold on one second here.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for a super chat. It says, first he had Keemstar, and now Craig smashed him with a hammer. Getting harder and harder to avoid that drama, Piggo. The walls are closing in. It's one of those things where... I mean, Keemstar is not exactly just fucking continuously forever hounding Phil about it. He's focused on, obviously he's just fucking finished that boxing, the Misfits boxing thing. And it's, I actually watched the fucking fight now between Wings and Boogie. Boogie, disappointing but not surprising. Wings, to be fair to him, you know what I mean? You know, he knows how to, he told him, he made sure he's trained himself on how to, like, you know, at least throw an okay punch, you know? So yeah, I think he really surprised Boogie. I don't think Boogie was expecting Wings to be as good as he was. You know, so I'm surprised it lasted the fucking round. But yeah, it was... I don't know, like, fair play to the both of them getting the ring, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was just... It was kind of cringe, but Boogie took a lot of shots and he stayed upright. It was clear that Boogie was scared of getting hit in the face, you know? Which for a boxer is one of the worst things to kind of have as a big flaw. You've got to be prepared. If you're boxing, you've got to be prepared to take a punch in the face. But Boogie, every time the fucking fist came towards him, he'd kept turning his head. He was scared. He wasn't doing like a dodge of the head to try and get away from the punch. No, he turned his head to try and take a blow, and like things like that. He's not got the instincts of a boxer. You know what I mean? In that regard, you know what I mean? He's obviously... Didn't expect him to fucking do it either, you know what I mean? But at the very least, though, you've got to fucking be prepared to get hit in the fucking face, and Boogie was not prepared for that. Wings, I think he was prepared for that, but didn't really get to see it much because Boogie didn't really do anything to him.
Hey, hold on one second here. Okay, I don't know what that even is, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Kozo says, did I call my mom yesterday? Yes, I did. I called my mother. We had an in-depth discussion.
Did Kat call her mom?
About all kinds of stuff going on with her and me. You know, nothing too particular that would be interesting to you guys. You know, she thought she was actually outside with my dad doing the garden work because she said that it had been ridiculously hot in Connecticut. Or they already had like summer weather, like 90-degree humid weather, which you shouldn't have this early in the year, but they already had it. So she was out there trying to basically make it as if it were midsummer planting and stuff, which is weird to be doing in May. Yeah, she's doing like garden work and stuff like that. And, you know, and nothing too interesting, nothing too crazy going on. You know, wish her happy Mother's Day. She had gotten the card I'd sent. Thankfully, I sent it like 2 weeks ago, and she got it in time for the USPS, which is the United States Postal Service, is atrociously bad these days, like literally terrible. Where you could take weeks and weeks and weeks to just get stuff that normally you should be getting within like a few days. But luckily, she got the card. She actually loved the card because I wrote a nice message in there for her. You know, it was a fun conversation. What are you gonna do? Nothing too special. There's nothing to really talk about that you guys be interested in. So, no, my parents don't watch my content. They are not interested in gaming at all. They never have been. So they have zero interest in any of my content that I put out. Zero. Lipson says, in my opinion, you should get as far as possible in Zelda as you can before Final Fantasy 16. You know that's going to be a long, drawn-out game as well. Yeah. No, Ellipsian, I've already been saying this. Being that this game supposedly is 100 hours long, I am worrying about the playthrough already. And we're only 7 hours in today. And today we're going to be 10 hours in. Because this game is going to take so long to get through. And we already have other lengthy games I'm juggling. And now there's more lengthy games coming up. And I'll be honest, I do think more people will want to see me play Final Fantasy 16 versus Zelda. I do feel that. So, once we get to Final Fantasy 16...
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for a super chat. It says he begged her for money 100%. I can believe it. And considering that Phil Burnell has spent over $2,700 in WWE Champions so far within a week, Phil, you've got to ask, where the fuck is the money coming from? Like, I know he's been doing well for tips lately, but that doesn't add up to all the spending he's done. It just does not add up. Daddy Dallas we was asking, is that a new mic or am I sick? It's not a new mic. I am recovering from a stag weekend I had. I had a stag weekend with my best mates. So I'm kind of recovering from all the drinking I done on Friday. So yeah, my voice is still a bit fucked essentially, but I'm doing my best.
See me play Final Fantasy 16 versus Zelda. I do feel that. So once we get to Final Fantasy 16, this game might be forgotten. And most people might even be burnt out and not care about it, you know? Right now, I'm interested in it. We just started it. It's exciting. But I don't know how long that's going to be retained. That whole feeling of, you know, oh, it's a new game feel. Once you get to hour 50, you start to lose that. You know what I'm saying? I say start to, but really, reality, it's kind of like, damn, this playthrough's still going. This is the point I was making yesterday. A lot of people criticize me in the comments. This is only something a content creator feels. Fair enough, but I'm trying to give you my perspective. I'm trying to make content entertaining for an audience. How do I make a playthrough?
You're fucking failing as well.
On hour 72 entertaining, when it's just more of the same in hour 72. And there's other hot games coming out that people would prepare to see more, or prefer to see more, I meant to say, excuse me. It's going to be tough. I'm going to do my best to make the most of it and enjoy it as much as I can, but there's no guarantees here. You know what I mean? That people are going to like this game enough that they're going to want to see a 100-hour playthrough, right? And Ara says, the game has 139 side quests and 152 shrines. I'm definitely skipping the optional chests in these dungeons from now on. I'm not wasting a single moment on them because I gotta make progress every time I play this game, right? Yeesh. Okay. Expand Dog says, maybe as you grow older, it's time to pick and choose your battles. Even more than you already do, because I feel every day it's rush. We're on hour 50. People say it's 120 hours. I agree with you. Expand Dog, I actually agree with you. As ridiculous as your name is, you have a very, very, very valid point. Where, when I'm playing a game that I know is going to be an insane undertaking, it has to basically be like the only game like that I'm playing. Because there's no way you can juggle 300-hour games and expect you're going to retain an audience. And especially as I'm getting older, right? People are going to want more variety. Like, for example, I definitely think that people will be very interested in how I cover Street Fighter 6, right? That's going to be a focus. All of a sudden, all the focus on these 100-hour games is going to go away, and people aren't going to really be asking for that anymore. So, I need to be more selective. The problem is, for the longest time, I made my name on being the guy to play every big game, every big release, and people want to see my take on all these games. Already this year, I skipped a bunch, and people give me shit every game I skip. But it's like, dude, I can't clone myself. I can't make myself play 17 games at once and expect to get any progress in any of them, right? And then, if I drop a game, oh, you see, Phil quit this one, quit that one, he's such a quitter these days. It's like, so if I don't play games, I get yelled at for not playing them. But if I play them and I can't finish them because there's other stuff going on and I quit, then I get yelled at for not finishing. But then if I continue to play the game, the playthrough's too long and it's boring, why don't I drop it and move on to the hot new game? So, you did it wrong, or you did it wrong. You understand? You can't please everyone all the time. And that's the thing I need to do as I get older now, is find a way to balance my content out a bit more, so that it's not all the same stuff, but at the same time, I'm at least playing the games that I think I'll find the most entertaining and will be most entertaining to my audience. And that's hard. That's very difficult. because I have a variety audience. It's not one group of people watching everything. It's a wide variety of people who come by when they see stuff they like. There's people who are only coming by for Elden Ring. There's people who right now are coming just to watch Zelda. There's people who only do late night chill streams. And then I'm sure there's going to be people coming back to say, wow, he's playing Street Fighter 6. I can't wait to see that. These are all different groups of people that watch my content at different times. It's not just the same group here every day. That's a big difference between me and a lot of other content creators. So it gets tough to kind of find a way to please everybody, you know. It is. It's very challenging. It's a daunting task. Okay, guys. That was a good podcast. I want to say thank you for watching the show. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that, you know, you got something out of it. Please vote. Please vote on what you want to see this week. Your votes will directly influence the order that I play the games this week. And I'm excited. You know, right now about 250 people voted, but I'm sure we're going to get way more than that over the course of today. And determine what we'll play tomorrow. But thank you for that. Thanks for chilling. Thanks to those who have supported the stream so far. Thank you to the secret shadow community of detractors, hell-bent on my downfall. It's always good to hear updates on them every day. And just thanks in general. All right, let's end the show for now so we can jump into Zelda. But happy spring, everyone. I hope you're keeping cool, staying safe, and keeping those allergies in check. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks a lot. All right. There we go. Let's swap over now. And let's get started with the game. But I do have to pee. So let me just get this set up here. And I'm just going to run to the bathroom for a minute, use the restroom quickly. And, whoop. There we go. There we are. Is that centered? Looks like it's off. No, it's centered, right? Or is it just oh so slightly off? I think it is just slightly too big. Hold on. Now is it too small? God damn it. At this point, I don't think I really care. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's fine, right? Looks all right? Okay. Yes. So thank you guys for the support so far. Let's take a brief break for me to use the restroom. I'm not going to monetize it. It's just going to be a minute for me to run next door, use the bathroom, and come right back. Thank you guys. And again, thank you for the support. Don't know if this streak of support will continue, but thanks to anyone who contributes. If you want to see a hat or a vest, I would recommend tipping early so we have time for polls so you can see them longer. But also other things like super chats and memberships would be great. We got none of those so far today. Any support greatly appreciated on today's Zelda stream. All right, thank you. I'm just going to mute the mic. I'll be right back.
I usually wouldn't count this, but fuck you, Phil. I'm counting it. 2 away from a full house. Now let's speed this bastard up and see how long it takes him to get back. Is that, did the chair move? Oh yeah, the chair moved because Jasper, you can see Jasper there. Jasper on the chair, so Jasper jumped up the chair. So he's probably just being so comfy there, yeah. Now Phil's going to come back and go, oh look guys, Jasper's in the chair, I can't play my fucking game. Jasper, no. Fuck off. Let's see it, Phil. Hurry up, wait, what the fuck is he? Holy shit, Phil. How fucking long are you away for? There we go. Here we go. Clown mode incoming.
Did you guys see this? Did you see Jasper steal my seat when I was gone? Did you see this? He's in the chair. How dare you, Jasper Kitty? How could you?
Shut your
hole. Steal my
hole.
seat. I need to play Zelda. People want to see Zelda today, and you're stolen the seat.
Shut the fuck up,
Oh
you
my
cunt!
goodness. Ah! He wants to fight. I'm gonna box him. Haha. I'm gonna defeat him in a round of boxing, and then he'll leave the seat. Alright, here we go. I missed a gifted membership. Oh, I wasn't here for it? I will shout it out. Okay, here we go. Box Jasper Kitty. Okay. Alright, Jasper. You gotta move. He knows when I go to sit down, he moves. Okay. We have a few shout outs to do. So first of all, you're absolutely correct. He's licking my toes. Don't lick my toes. That's disgusting. Ah! He's licking the toe. He won't stop. Dex gifted a membership to Lavinia. Congratulations, Lavinia, on the gifted membership. And thank you, Dex, for supporting the community. Thank you, thank you. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. 621 members now. Excellent. Now, some tips came in during the break. Hold on. First of all, there was a... No, you're not going to chew the wire. Absolutely not, Jasper Kitty. Do not chew a wire. Don't upset me. Okay. I received a $10 tip from an anonymous tipper. Says, I would just focus on completing Zelda's story. Jump back for full exploration at a better time. Well, I think the thing is, at this point, you have to explore. Like, the game gave me 4 general areas to move to, so I will move towards those areas, for sure. But I don't actually know, like, exactly if that's where the dungeons are, or if that's where there's more stories going to unfold. So we'll do that today. It's the first open world. We'll start heading in those directions, and we'll see where the game takes us. Okay, thank you for the $10 tip, anonymous tipper. Then I received a, let's see here, a $1.50 tip from, there's another anonymous tipper. Here's a little tip. I would recommend exploring to the west from Lookout Landing. You'll find a character that expands your inventory and also leads to eventually one of the 4 major areas in dungeons. Okay, we're actually right near a tower that's going to give us a new map. So let's do the tower. And then I think we should maybe head west like you suggested. Okay, but the tower, like we're standing right in front of it. And I'm like, dude, we should totally just do the tower. So we'll probably do that first and then we'll see. But I thank you for the recommendation. All right, I received another tip. I received a $30 tip from Jinx. And Jinx says he's not going to be around talking too much today because he is working. He'll just be lurking around. But of course, as we talked about on today's podcast, it's funny how there's people who have 100 different theories about who he is. And, you know, he's going to do this. He's this detractor. He's that.
What do you mean 100 different theories? It's all I see.
Person from the past. Yeah, I know. I know. And it's par for the course. It really is par for the course with these people. How they think and how they act is just, it's pretty crazy. That's why I'm joking about it. It's obviously, it's to the point where you have to laugh.
Yeah, Phil, keep joking about it and try and fucking laugh it off. We're going to fucking keep talking about it and it's going to fucking keep pissing you the fuck off.
About how silly the nonsense is of the stuff that they say and do. All right. So thank you, Jinx, for a $30 tip. And with that tip, that gets us up to $119. Okay. So that means we have a hat for today. And we should do a hat poll before we get started. So, which hat is Zelda best? Let's see. So let's see, man. What hats haven't we done? Let's reset. Let's hit the reset button because we've done so many hats recently. We should kind of reset them all now. So let's do the Los Santos cap. Let's do the beret. Let's do the red fedora. We'll go back to the hats we were wearing at the beginning of the week. And we just wore Bender. We just wore the Pilot Bison hat. You know what we didn't wear? The straw hat. We haven't worn that. So Los Santos cap, beret, red fedora, or the straw hat. There you go. Those will be the hats in the running for today. And thank you guys. I gotta get my Gunner glasses back on. Let me just get my air conditioner turned down a little bit because it's actually getting cold in here now. Okay, and let's get the headphones. Jasper, do not attack the headphones. I will be very upset if you do. Oh, hold on. Dex has gifted another membership. This one went to John. Congratulations, John, and thank you, Dex, for another gifted membership for the community. Thank you, thank you. All right. So now we're up to 622 and climbing. Thank you, Dex. Dex, are you trying to give one to a specific person? Because sadly, YouTube, you can't do that on YouTube. You know, you might have a chance to get the person you have in mind, but usually it's going to go to someone random. Typically someone who actually is, you know, a regular of the stream, though, which is good. Okay. Bushido Bear, we're just joking. Trust me. This is not us being serious about any nonsense here. We're just joking around. You know, there's a difference between taking this shit seriously and giving it attention versus just kind of joking out how stupid it is and then moving on with the day, which is exactly what we're doing. Here we go. Smoke signals. You find someone at a plume of smoke, it says. Interesting. There you go. No chewing of wire, Jasper. Okay. Let's resume. Here we go, guys. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back.
And he is now fucking recording for YouTube, so sadly that is going to be the end of DSP Bingo. We had one free space because of the fucking likes. Thank you very much, guys. I will tick this. For the sake of symmetry, I will tick them close up. But sadly we couldn't get a full house. So let's go to the full screen here and let's refresh the stream. Bear in mind, Phil has spent over $2,700 in the space of a week on WWE Champions. Let's see how much of his tip money tonight will be wasted on that game.
Anyway, so I received a $1 tip.
He's on to $125, and I don't even think that 1 Minute Man has been yet, so fucking hooray for that. He's wearing his fucking dumbass One Piece hat, Jesus Christ. Okay, I am going to wrap things up there, guys. Thank you very much. I do appreciate everyone being here. Thank you very much for contributing. Thank you very much for, you know, tolerating me. I do hope you all had a good time anyway. Sadly, we couldn't get a full house. But hey, there's all tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is Phil's final stream before he has his precious day off. And I wonder if he's going to try and hint heavily that he needs that financial support for that day off to afford a meal for his fucking family. I'll laugh. If he fucking says he needs fucking support for tomorrow for that, I'll fucking laugh my arse off. Jesus Christ. But guys, thank you very much for being here once again. I do appreciate it. And thank you for keeping me writing the card. Thank you for keeping me sane as well. I'm sorry I'm sounding kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? My voice is actually... It feels a bit worse today than it was yesterday for some reason, but hopefully it'll feel better tomorrow. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for some more DSP Bingo content, but until then, I'll catch you all later. I'm going to end things how I always end things, by playing Pixar Animation's Amazing Me video, Notorious PIG contribution. So until tomorrow guys, have a good one, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that, in an instant.